Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And tonight we are gonna spread each other
Around
cheese on a
town.
biscuit. Yeah, we're not gonna curse. All right, we don't curse here for the first 3 minutes.
I got bullied. I got bullied last night in Fallout. That was funny. It was the first time I've been bullied in a video game forever because I'm a low level. I went to this guy's camp because I needed some ammo. So I was like, I'm gonna go through your things and it's gonna be fun and I've got money to pay you. And I walked through his house because you have to build a camp, and he had set up a tripwire and he blew me up, and I was mad, dude. So I came back and I started shooting at his base. I couldn't take him. He was like 300 levels ahead of me. Like literally, I think he was like a level 358. And I started shooting and he got mad. And then he came out and he started poking at, he started emoting like his finger. He started laughing at me. So I couldn't do anything. I don't have the emotes to go back. I was just doing the Shooter McGavin emotes, which is a taunt. It's stupid. So I just started doing the old Frodo teabaggins in front of him. I kept teabagging in front of him like you're stupid. And his friend came over and shot me and killed me immediately. And then I was like, I can't beat him one-on-one. There's no way. So I was like, I gotta drop a nuke. I gotta drop a bomb, Jim. So I waited. I went to their base, dude, and I stood outside like Michael Myers, like a few clicks away from him. I was just staring at him, and I had my phone out. I was looking up how to drop a nuke on someone else's camp. But the video was like 7.5 minutes long. And I was like, just tell me the number. And then they finally came over and I heard them hitting me. They kept on punching me and laughing at me. And I was like, oh. I was like, come on. And then eventually I guess they felt bad. So they started doing heart emojis at me because I wouldn't fight back. Because I was literally watching my phone to see how to drop a nuke on them. And then they were doing heart emojis, apologizing. And I thought I just left. And then they sent me a message like, sorry, man. And I was like, you guys never I was like, if this was Halo days, oh my lords.
Is this a new game? Is this just the old Fallout game that you're just playing now, or is it what is it?
It came out in 2020.
Oh, okay. So people still play.
But I don't sweat on it. It's an MMO. I don't know what it is. I'm to get mad about someone bullying you in an MMO. I was like, God, you fat nerds. And then I realized I was getting mad about it. And I was like, I'm a fat nerd too. That's fine. I want to drop a nuke on you. And I couldn't figure out how to drop a nuke fast enough. So I wound up leaving the world. But anyway, it was fun. It's random.
I'm just glad you're having fun.
I didn't have fun then. I was actually upset. I was like, if I was just a little bit stronger, if I had better armor, if my weapons were better kitted out, if I had a friend in this game, we could have taken that one guy down.
I have enough inadequacies in real life. I couldn't imagine feeling that way in a game. I think I might just throw myself out of a window.
No,
personally, me, not you. I just, fucking. Yeah. What do they just play it more? Do they have more? Are they better?
No, they have more levels than me. That's the only reason why they beat me up.
Fucking nerds.
Because I'm level one. I'm level 100 something, but I mean they were level 380, and one of them was 470. And then when I was doing my teabag Frodo Baggins, they were doing question marks. There's what are you doing? I was like, you fat losers, you friggin' nerds, dude. You don't even know what Halo is.
At what level do you get to see a woman's tits for the first time?
Well, no, if you could smell Cheetos and virginity through a microphone and a screen, I could smell it from them. Dude, they smell like Funyuns and desperation on nudie magazine porn. They look like they literally have you could get Pornhub for free, but they look like they actually believe in those ads meet up hot singles in your area. They actually go to those areas and actually pay for Pornhub. So yeah, that's why I could smell that through the screen. I was like, at the end of the day, I kind of feel bad for you. But anyway, I'm just giving you guys a little story because it was a fun time.
That's the way to go. You turn it around and then when they're better at you than something, you just be like, I just feel bad for you. Maybe you should go outside and see the sun.
No, generally I wasn't really mad. I was just making conversation and joking. But anyway, it did happen, but it was fun.
No, I don't mean you. I mean them. If someone has that high level, that's just what I would do. I would just turn it around on them that way. I would just be like, you're better at me in the game? Well, what's this say about you?
No, it wasn't even that. I just thought it was funny. I actually was laughing when they were doing it because they didn't understand. They didn't get what a teabag was. I was teabagging in front of them, making fun of them.
Is it the same thing as Halo, where you just go like this?
Yeah, you just nut tap on the ground. Oh, okay. But they were doing I don't know what I'm doing. What you did? And I was doing that over and over again, and I was turning around, and then I tried to bend down really low so they could see my butt crack of my character, and then stand back up. And then I was like, how do you insult people? I was like, I wish there was a middle finger or something emote, and you can't do it. But somebody was like, just go get a clown costume and drop it in front of them and then walk away.
So
I could have done that.
Is that what is the emote? Is that just when you're like, yeah, and it like just lets them know?
Yeah, it's an emote. Yeah, it's an emote.
Or like when like in Fight Night when you'd be like,
yeah, like when you like it's an emote.
Oh, okay.
I don't have time to explain to the inadequate people listening what an emote is.
I don't know.
Get good, nerd. GUD, get good. No, but at the end of the day, it was fun. And then they because they were like, oh, the Fallout community is so nice and stuff. These were pricks. They were big old fat bullies, but again, I think they felt bad because they sent me a message like, sorry, man. I think they got scared too. I think
was it a text message like
no,
through
yeah,
the
yeah, it was like a message. It was like an Xbox message. But I think they got scared. Like I was like maybe a higher up because I wasn't doing anything. Like I was gonna like get them in trouble with Bethesda. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I'm literally just looking up.
I'm gonna call Steve.
No, because if I had nuked them, I would have destroyed that guy's camp too. Like he probably spent hours building that, and I would have just like ripped it apart, and I would have loved doing it too. Because I know, but it's
anarchy.
Yeah, but dude, it took like the video was 7.5 minutes long, and he was fast forwarding. Like it would have taken 45 minutes just to get the nuke activated, and by then they would have left. But I was like, revenge is
probably why he was apologizing. But he knew that you were googling YouTube videos on how to nuke him.
Maybe, but I was like, revenge is a dish best served cold. That's why I was standing. I was like, dude, I was doing this like Patrick Bateman, thinking it out. I was like, you think you got me? And then 40 minutes later, when I get this nuke, you're gonna see my revenge, and I'm gonna be standing on a mountain teabagging you while it happens.
One of these days, I'm gonna show you, little people.
I really want to. I was committed to it. Then I was like, no, it's late. I gotta go to bed soon. But it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, it's just funny that there's people doing that.
I was gonna ask you what time it was because when I texted you this morning, I got the text was a little late coming back. I was like, how late was Jay up last night?
No, it was like 4.
Yeah, I know. I have a camera in your room. I was watching you. I just wanted you to admit it.
Admit it. When I touched my butt crack like that, it wasn't like I wasn't really doing it like for sexual reasons. But anyway, I will say it's a fun game. And also the reason why I was late responding is because I didn't really go to bed until late because where I'm not smoking. It's like insomnia. Oh. Like I get like short bursts of sleep, like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, maybe sometimes 2.5. And then I'll be up all day, and I can't go to sleep. I can't freaking go to sleep no matter what.
That's wild. Well, I guess cigarettes are what they wake you up.
They're a stimulant,
right? Yeah, a little stimulant. So if you don't have that, I guess that makes sense that will mess with your body's thing. Yeah, no, I'm no better, dude. I stayed up. Teddy was to bed early last night, and I was like, well, I already had a couple drinks, so I was like, I'm just gonna watch something on TV by myself. And I watched that Tire series on Netflix with Shane Gillis in it. Comedian Shane Gillis. Funny as hell, dude. Like, well, I'll say this, like the show, I watched 5 out of 6 episodes all in one sitting because they're like 20 minutes long, 22 minutes long. And dude, the show was shot terribly, and like some of the jokes are really bad and don't land, and some of it's super corny. But I will say this, dude, I probably had 4 or 5 like hardcore, like bent over stomach laughs. Like there's this fat guy that works for him, and he pulls up in his car, he's like, yeah, he's like, you're all probably gonna get fired. He's like, but he's like, you see my car over here? He's like, yeah, I didn't know you still got that thing, man. He's like, yeah, he's like, I get head in it all the time. And it's this really, really fat dude. And he's like, I get head in it all the time. He's like, no, you don't. He's like, yes, I fucking do. He's like, do you want to watch me peel out? He's like, yes, I do. I don't know.
You said fuck. You said fuck. And I've been waiting. I've been doing this whole time not saying it.
You sturdy, sloppy slut.
All right, you know what? Fuck. And you know what? My story would have been way better if I could use fuck.
You can't overcook it. You overcooked it, and now they're going to see this, and they're going to know that we've been gaming them.
Oh well, whatever. I'll meet you in Fallout 76, bitch. If you're up to the challenge.
They turned it on first off. This is safe. We're talking about tires on Netflix and video games. No one's cursing here, and then they're about to click stop, and then we're like, fuckity, fuck, shit, fuck.
No, not really. Because as soon as you say Fallout, they're like, oh, they're talking about war. It's over.
Oh, that's true. You got a point there. Titties, some ass.
But here's the thing.
Ass.
Da. But yeah, by the way, Shane Gillis is actually extremely funny. He's like one of the only comedians out of that Joe Rogan Friends show. Like Joe Rogan had his own NWO for a while where it was like a bunch of comedians hanging out with him. Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, all those guys. Like Shane Gillis is legitimately a good comedian. Like he's the only one out of that crew that's actually a good. Brendan Schaub, fucking awful. But
see, I don't like Rogan turns me off, so I don't watch his shit. I didn't know he came from that, but I just think he's a charismatic dude. You know,
Shane Gillis,
hang out with that man.
Shane Gillis was a part of that crew, and he's best buddies with Rogan and
okay.
during the.
Well, that's why so many people hate him.
Yeah, no, he's also conservative and he don't give a fuck. But the other thing, it's like his whole idea was that, well, Rogan had his crew. He had Brennan Schaub, who was the former UFC fighter, and he was terrible, awful fucking comedian. I don't know who told him he was funny. Then there was Tom Segura. Apparently, Tom Segura, he was on a hot streak, and everyone liked him. Now they hate him. And they say that he's like, because he like punches down, like he makes fun of people all the time, like homeless people and shit like that. And I guess it just caught up to him, but he cultivated that audience. So, you know, you reap what you sow kind of thing. Bert Kreischer's never been funny to me. Like the machine story, I think that's an overrated ass story.
The shirtless thing is when I was like, he actually scares me. Like I look into his eyes and I'm like, if I ran into you, Bert Kreischer, if I ran into him on the corner of a speedway at like 2 a.m., I'd be kind of freaked out. He has crazy eyes.
Yeah, well, there's no, he's not like, I know there's people that do like him, but I think his comedy style is like, it's overrated and it's not funny. Like his whole shtick is he's kind of like us. He's over 40 years old and still gets drunk and takes his shirt off on stage. That's what he does.
Well, that's the thing. Like I like people like, you know, if you have a few drinks or you make jokes about drinking or whatever, but whenever I see him talk, he looks like he's on the precipice of death. His face is like so red and he's like so scary looking. And I'm like, but when you do it, it's not funny because I'm like genuinely concerned for your health right now.
Well, he's had a couple of health scares, but I don't guess he matters to him. And then who else? There's a few other ones that were on there. Like Let's Kill Tony Hinchcliffe or Tony Hitchcliffe. I don't like him. I never have like that guy. Like that guy just seems like a skinny worm dude that the Crow would kill in like 5 minutes of the movie. But at the end of the day, Shane Gillis is he's actually a legitimate comedian. Like he's got material. He knows how to write and how to deliver on it. He's got a podcast too that's really funny. And he's like one of the funniest stories he's talked about is how they let him in at a Special Olympics because he's like, look at my face. He goes, I was drunk and I went down to the field and they thought I was. And they just let me on the field because they thought I was with the special kids.
He kind of has to,
because he was like, I was like, oh, because he was like drunk, and they thought he was like one of those. But anyway,
I can see it. I can definitely see it. I like him though. I do like him. He hasn't done anything. Funny. So what? I don't know what it is about comedians, dude. Like, so many of them like would be likable, but they always take it like one step too far. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many of them that are obnoxious on stage. And, like, you want to like them. Like, comedians really have a short shelf life. Like, you're really funny for that one episode, and then everyone knows you're either going to fuck it up or you're just going to become too concerned with your success, like Kevin Hart. I think a couple of the only comedians I've ever watched, followed, and never hated were the Australian fucking guy.
Jim Jeffries.
Yeah, Jim Jeffries. I fucking love Jim
He's
Jeffries.
Hated, he fucking stepped into a goddamn hornet's nest lately.
Oh, I know he's hated because he has views about stuff, but the way he explains his views never bothered me. Like, I don't really give a fuck what someone's stance is on something.
No, it's not. No, it's just, I think he was accused of joke stealing.
Oh yeah, well that kind of fucking runs rampant. I could not see Jim Jeffries stealing a joke, dude. If you watch his shit, like that's him. Like it's only funny because
I didn't think Dan Cook could either, but he did. And apparently Robin Williams was a bad joke thief too.
See what I mean? Like you can't.
You can't. What's his name? Harlan Williams, the guy that was in Rocket Man. He was talking about it with Joe Rogan, and they were like, "Yeah, he was known as a joke thief, and the reason why he got away with it was because his name was so big and he was so manic. Like, you know, they just didn't. Nobody said anything to him. Like he was so massive, like they couldn't say anything to him. Like if he went to a show and took somebody's shit, what are you going to say to Robin Williams? He's going to say, "Fuck you."
I get that, but dude, comedians are really dramatic and salty, like back talking group of bitches. Like they can be. So like, I really don't take their words with like, whenever they say this person's joke steal, I'm like, yeah, but you guys say that about fucking everybody.
Well, but they had like receipts to show that they had done it. I mean, they have like video evidence of them, like another comedian doing it. And I mean, I don't know who the fuck would steal Joe Rogan's shit. But he was like, yeah, somebody stole my bits too. And I'm like, dude, like that's stupid as hell. That's like sitting.
Well, you got really high and started talking about aliens. Congratulations.
Yeah. Somebody stealing Joe Rogan's jokes is like someone stealing like getting in line before the guy like ahead of them to get the death sentence or something. Like, oh, I go first. I get the electric chair first, not you. Like nobody would steal your shit, Joe. I mean, you suck. I never thought Joe Rogan was like funny at all. I think he's a good host. Like I think he was funny on like good on Fear Factor, and he's a good commentator on UFC. But other than that, I don't really give a shit. I do like that he gets weird. Like I like that he gets weird guests for his podcast. I like watching him talk about alien weird shit and black holes. And hey, man, I smoked this joint and it was laced with meth. And I went into the universe, and then I backflipped into a dolphin's ass.
There's times where it's good, but dude, when you turn it on, it could be an interesting topic that they're talking about. But when he's sitting there and he's so baked out of his mind, he's not even making. He's just like, yeah, dude, but like, and they'll say something profound. He'll be like, yeah, but what do you think about shoes?
Yeah,
You're like, all right, dude, we get it. You smoke pot. It's like It's like Seth Rogen. Like your entire, like smoking pot's fucking awesome. It's a grand thing. I love that people love it. I have a gummy on occasion, but like when it becomes your entire fucking personality, when you walk around 24 hours a day, like, oh, weed, Cheetos, like it's like shit gets old.
That's
like,
why Seth Rogen. That's why Seth Rogen had a falling out. People kind of got tired of his whole thing, but that was talked about before. Like his whole identity is literally defined through his pot smoking. But the other thing, Kevin Smith also was guilty of that too. Like he discovered weed, and all he does is want to talk about.
Totally agree with that. Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know, man. Like it's weird. Those comedians, like I never knew, like I never would have thought Robin Williams would have been a joke thief, but apparently he was. But the ones that, as far as comedians that I think that haven't fallen off or never did fall off, because there are some. It's based on if their material gets stale and they don't know how to write new jokes. Or if they just keep relying on the same jokes over and over and over again, and then people just get burned out with them. I mean, I don't think Richard Pryor was funny as fuck always. I didn't follow. I mean, obviously he had died before I was born, I think, but I never got. I don't think I watched multiple stand up of his, and his is always funny because he knows how to deliver it and he's charming. Eddie Murphy, when he was on stage, was always charming. Never got. Chris Rock, always funny. Dave Chappelle, always funny.
Chris Rock sometimes gets me lost. He gets too race baity. Like when it becomes mean. Like, and it's like, all right.
Oh, I never got
back in the day, at least. Not now, but
I mean, it's what yeah. But Jerry Seinfeld, I never was a fan of Jerry Seinfeld, but people do like Jerry Seinfeld. And Norm Macdonald, I was always a huge fan of Norm Macdonald. But that again, these are people that actually can write new material and adjust to the crowd. Like then that's what actually Rogan did have a point. He goes, if you want to spot a joke, someone that doesn't know how to write their own shit and steal people's jokes, watch when they get confronted and when they have nothing to rely on. And then they're like, what do you guys want to talk about? Huh? Like talking to the crowd, like because they have nothing to write. They had nothing prepared. So they rely on that.
Marlon Wayans is great. I still will watch. Marlon Wayans has rarely put out a bad fucking stand-up, in my opinion. Like that guy's stand-up is super underrated. He pisses people off, but I mean that's kind of the job of a comedian as well. So
I watched that one where he made fun of Jada, but Marlon Wayans is all right. I couldn't watch him for like an hour, but 20 minutes is fine.
You guys are right. Kevin Smith did stop smoking weed, but he went through a phase there where he was just nothing about like he tried weed and then it was like that's all he talks about. And I was like, oh, right.
Well, I think somebody mentioned that. They were like, yeah, that they liked working with him, and then they're like, but after he got on weed, that's all he wanted to do. And his movies fell off because he couldn't write scripts anymore.
And like I have no problem. I think it's a great thing. Like I'm glad it exists on the universe. I just like we're talking about Seth Rogen. He did a stand-up at like the Hollywood Bowl, and like the entrance to him walking out and doing his stand-up was him. The entire stage was a giant bowl, and he walked out with a big fire pot and like lit it. And I'm like, dude, that's your whole personality is weed. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Talk about something else for 5 fucking seconds.
If it make me money, it make me money.
Middle schoolers are doing it now. You're not edgy anymore. Like, like it's weed. It's not that big of a deal. Calm down. It's like a Tylenol these days.
I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. There's very few.
Bill Burr. I do like Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's awesome. Bill Burr I do like a lot. Bill Burr is actually funny because he's angry all the time and he's bitchy about everything and everyone. Like he even says, and I agree with that so hard. He was like, I agree with everything my wife says about feminism until she starts talking about it. Then I don't agree anymore. I was like, that's true. You can agree with somebody 100%, but when they fucking start talking about it, you're like, fuck you.
He had the greatest take of all time about the WNBA.
Oh yeah, that's
the great. That dude, he was like, you're all yelling at men, and this was before Caitlin Clark, but he was like, you're all yelling at men, and like you're screaming at men, like you need to watch. It's your fault that the WNBA's failing. And his whole stand-up was like, you fucking watch it. He was like, all the men are watching NBA basketball. He was like, you're the ones not going to the fucking to the games and shit. Yeah. And Caitlin Clark has proved that point because she shows up, she brings them. She's so big that they got everybody in the league chartered flights. She changed the entire game, and guess what? All the women hate her.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched Charles Barkley. He's like, come on now, don't be petty. They got you chartered flights. Tell her, Caitlin, thank you for the chartered flights and the money. You all being stupid. You jealous, petty. And
what did even say? She's like, it's about me too. It's not just about her. And it's like, oh my God, this is bad.
Dude, they're jealous as fuck. It's so obvious. Yeah. And it's so annoying. I watched this, and I don't know anything about the WNBA. And I really don't give a shit. I just find it funny that they're literally they eat each other. Like it's just funny that they're turning on each other like this. There's one lady that was inducted to the Hall of Fame in the WNBA, I guess, and her record was broke, or it was the NCAA, and she was like, I don't really consider it broke. because they were talking about Caitlyn. I was like, bitch, it was broke. And then there was another one was like, well, she didn't do it in as quick of a time as somebody else. Was like, yeah, she did. It showed right on, and she like did it faster than the other person. And it's funny when LeBron James comes out of all fucking people and like defends you on shit like that. He was like, I know what she's going through, and I just want to say, Caitlyn, just go ahead and make a splash. And I can't do it, LeBron James. But I was like, yeah, it's funny
because he's not a person. He's so fake. You can't really even do a comedy of his voice.
He's so his ego is so big. He's just an AI. It's not even him. But no, the thing is, like, it's funny. All the men are defending her and talking about, oh, this is cool. I'm glad the WNBA is getting a little bit of recognition, while the fucking women who should be like triumphing and like walking around like, yay, they're like, fuck her.
Look, if the roles were reversed, and let me say this, if the roles were reversed, I think dudes would be doing the same thing. I do. I think if the WNBA was the biggest thing since sliced bread, and then like the NBA sucked, but then there was one superstar that came to the NBA, a bunch of dudes would be butthurt and jealous and shit just the same. But it's not a saying on women. It's just, but the specific people involved, they're like all these people are trying to cover. And I'm watching this in the news and stuff, like Pat McAfee or like Stephen A. Smith. All these people are now trying to cover the WNBA. They're giving them exactly what the fuck they've wanted for like 10 years. They're covering it. They're talking about it. They're talking about all the game. They're talking about not just Caitlin Clark. And they're bringing these women on, and the women are coming on their shows and yelling at the men because they didn't cover it before. And they're going, all right, well, we're just going to stop covering it then because this is not doing any good for us. And it's like, you are literally fucking yourselves over right now. This is what you asked for.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you give women the vote. Okay, you should never let them vote.
Again, if the roles reversed, I'm not saying the men wouldn't be the same way. I'm just saying that these people right now are really fucking up their own golden goose. It's crazy to watch.
The thing is, men wouldn't be. Michael fucking Jordan was the god. You can see that the popularity of the NBA skyrocketed in the fucking 80s and 90s. And who the fuck? Nobody. I didn't see any men going, fuck Michael Jordan. Oh my god, I hate Michael Jordan. He's not invited to my birthday party.
There was the Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the level like this. It was not on the level of this. It was like dude being jealous. Like, I bet I could take him one-on-one. It wasn't like, oh, fuck him, he's like bad for the sport. He's not allowed to come to the mall ever with us. It wasn't like that shit. It wasn't petty fucking bullshit. It was just like, I'll take him one-on-one. I think I'm better than him. I'm going to prove it on the court. Like, it's like that. That was different. But the fact is, Caitlin Clark, and again, I only just fucking found out about her a few days ago, and I'm like, yeah, she looks good. She's kind of, I don't know, she actually can play basketball. But I was like, what the? It's like everybody on Twitter, everybody on fucking Google, everybody, they're going like, they're like trying to execute this bitch before she's even had a chance to play it. And I'm like, what the fuck is everybody's problem? And I looked it up and I'm like, oh, because she's good. Like, that's why they're mad. They're mad. They're mad because she's good. And that's the only reason why I can. And it's just, it's so weird that men and sports journalists are covering, like you said, the WNBA, and they're mad about it because they're like, well, there's more than just her. I'm like, yeah, but you all suck. That's why they don't want to talk to you.
Your headset's about one like dick inch from covering your eyeball. It's slipping off the side of your head.
This is my edge look. I like it.
That's the edgelord look. Oh shit. Yeah, no, it's crazy though. I just think it's not a man-women thing to me. It's like hey, look at your current situation and just kind of appreciate the fucking publicity you're getting and shut up. I don't understand why they all want to just like don't lick a gift horse in the mouth. That's probably a terrible analogy for the situation. I don't know. I don't know. But
at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about the WNBA. I still won't watch it. I just thought it was funny with all the drama going around.
I think the whole world is just like blowing this Caitlin Clark thing into something ridiculous. That like I agree. Like I'm sick of hearing about her too. But like if I was the WNBA, I'd be like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
I'd be treating her like a fucking like she'd be like coming to the game in a float like a Pope mobile. I'd be like, I put her in like bulletproof glass around her. I was like, nobody will fuck with my golden goose. By the way, some of them bitches though, I saw some video of them targeting her. At some point, the goddamn organization's got to be like, okay, it's a flagrant foul. It's also battery. Like, you can't just go up to a fucking person and start doing shit like that to them. Like, it's a basketball game. It's like, yeah, okay, so that means I can goddamn Macho Man Randy Savage jump off the top rope and hit somebody in the fucking head with my elbow and say, I was going for the ball.
I get your exact point, but that shit happens in the NBA every
I know, but
night,
this is like them trying to hurt her, to target her, to take her out of the game or maybe end her career.
Well, they want to get I get what they're doing is they're going, if I start a rivalry with her, then I'll become the Magic to her Larry Bird. So everybody wants to be her rival.
But you got to be as good as Magic. That's the problem.
That's the difference. Yeah.
But here's the also thing. But you can start a rivalry with the sheriff's department, and then guess what? You'll probably lose and go to the jail's house. But anyway, I understand. Either way, I like it's just sick. I don't like that. Like if you want to beat somebody on in a sports game like that, just post up with them and play a one-on-one and see who wins. But the fact that this one of them went out there and targeted her, hurt her, I guess kind of hurt her, and then went back to the bench and her fucking coach high-fived her.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so both you bitches should be fucking removed from the league.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I just think it's a hard foul. I mean, it's a hard foul.
No, dude, it wasn't a hard foul because it was after the ball wasn't even near that someone else had the ball.
I know, but that shit happens in the NBA all the time.
But the bitches should be removed from the game. If the fact that you flagrantly did it, you didn't even have you weren't even going for the ball. You should be suspended for the rest of the season. If you watch the
NBA, that shit happens every fucking
and
night.
I would say it should be blanketed. I'm saying if a dude's doing it or a girl's doing it, if they target someone and the ball's not even near them, there should be an automatic suspension for the rest of the season. Namakasu fucking for the Dolphins. But Namakasu, right?
What? Yeah, but he stepped on someone's head.
Well, that's part of the game, though. That's what they could say. It's part of the game. See, yeah, I mean, it's the same
I'm just
thing.
saying, if you watch the NBA, that shit is constant, and it's a flagrant foul, and they move on. They don't suspend anybody or any of that.
Well,
shit. It wasn't like a fight.
I'm saying they should do it, not that they do it. I say they should do it though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think, I think that's a little like tough.
Like if you're trying to go for I understand like there's hard fouls, and I get that. I'm not a pussy. I understand that, but when you're literally the ball's not even near you, and you're going over there and trying to like body slam, even if you push them down or whatever the fuck you're doing. There should be consequences for that because then the player's not even safe to play the fucking game.
They should have given her what should have, based on the rules of the rest of the games, what they should have given her was a flagrant one, which is basically it's a hardcore foul where the team gets one free throw and then they get the ball back, and then if you do it again, you get kicked out of the game.
No, I would have given a flagrant too right away. And it's what was the other football player that literally took his helmet off and went over to that dude and beat him in the fucking head?
Myles Garrett on and then well, and I mean he could have killed him.
Yeah, but they don't. But they can like, oh, there was emotions running high in sports, and it's football. It's football.
But a 365-pound man swinging a fucking helmet that's like a brick at someone's head, exactly at their head, that could have actually killed him. It's so different than running up to somebody and going, you know what I mean?
That wasn't what, but that was actually not what she literally threw her down. Like it's totally different. It's not like it wasn't.
She picked her down.
That was one. There was other one. That's the screen. Then she's also been hit and targeted by other players, and then her own fucking teammates are going after her. It's pretty bad.
That's the problem, and I think everybody's admitted that. They're like, the problem is that her teammates should have showed up and whooped some ass.
Well, they
just stood there and let it happen.
Well, no, her teammates are the ones that are like not even passing her the ball. Like they just were like, we're not, and even though she still scored, apparently she still scored 20 points. Like without so she has to work 300 times harder just to get on, like to stay relevant, and her and keep her stats up, and that's how good she is. And even what's the other guy's name for the Golden State Warriors is commenting on how great she is. Their main guy,
Steph Curry.
Yeah. I mean, so again, you got LeBron James, you got Steph Curry, you got Charles Barkley. Great. No, but you got all these guys coming out and defending her and basically saying to the women on the WNBA, stop being fucking petty hoes. You got a goddamn golden ticket. Yeah, holy shit.
It's fucking insane, dude. I don't understand it, but it's on both sides. It's insane. Like people are treating her like she's the holy pope of the world, but also at the same time, the people who should be appreciating her are the people in the WNBA, and they're the only ones not appreciating. It's fucking weird. Like the world is so stupid.
I'm not even like I said, I'm not gonna watch WNBA. I just thought it was funny that they literally they're like a bunch of piranha like eating one of their own. Like I just think it's weird. Like again, you always complain and talk about how you're not paid enough. You're not giving them enough, you're not giving enough limelight. And then as soon as something comes along, you don't like it. I don't get it. I think it's so fun. That's why I'm even talking about it. I think it's funny.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, well, where were you 3 years ago? It's like, dude, just be happy people are covering your league and shut up. I mean,
Where was I 3 years ago? I was fucking deep in my secretary, bitch. I couldn't fucking come and cover that shit. Holy fuck.
Guys, tonight is the last live stream ever on this channel. We didn't want to tell you. We didn't just want to. We didn't want to like smooth it over or whatever. We're actually never live streaming again after tonight. I'm just kidding. But it is the last live stream for like 2 weeks.
No, you're right though. We're going to Rumble. We're going to Rumble where freedom rings true.
No, but we are. We're taking a little vacation after this, so it'll be about 2 weeks all in all before we are streaming again. So Drink them if you got them, smoke them if you can, and suck dick until the cows come home.
Yeah, I should have got more Burrito, but I didn't. I got my doctor's appointment on Thursday, so that's going to be great. I have 2 weeks to cry, like no matter what they say.
You're going to be fine. Stop worrying about it. Just a general checkup.
I can't.
It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
I swear to you, I want it to be like 30 minutes. Like, not even that. I want it to be 10 minutes. I want it to be like 15 minutes. I want it to be like, I was like, all right, I know what you're going to say. I already get it. Lose weight, get out there and get some fresh air, stop drinking, and good job on not smoking. I was like, okay, we're good. And I was like, you don't need to look at anything else. We're good.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then he's going to be like, actually, it's like, shut the fuck up.
You got toe jam. It's going to be all right. You got nothing to worry about, man. I'm telling you. But let's see what you guys have to say. Leave the machine fucking power. Starting the show off like DDP with the fucking
bang.
Look at my sexy boys. They're both amazing. Hey, Lubas, imagine a face hugger stuck on Michael's face, and moments later, a baby alien Myers comes out of Michael's chest. What are you going to do?
Well, that would be amazing because I would assume that Michael was dead. But then I would take him onto the Montel Williams show and see what happens from there and do a DNA testing and things like, I don't know. What the fuck? That's science fiction, Lee. It's not going to happen. There's no such thing as a face hugger that's going to go on Michael's face and then a goddamn Michael Myers going to chest burst from him. The only thing that Michael's going to do is chest burst your titties with a knife. Stop playing a game, Lee. This is not a game to play. Michael Myers is a real killer. Real. Not a science fiction thing.
It's not a goose. You're a goose. Goose. Love you, Lee. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
And we are going to watch and pick apart and talk about the Alien Romulus trailer tonight. It's so fucking good. Nighttime says, I'm going to see Slipknot September 430 smackaroos for the 2 tickets. Sorry, Loomis. Michael Myers isn't a Slipknot member, dude. LOL. Listen, 430 for 2 tickets. Today's economy, inflation, not that fucking bad. I'm betting that you're probably pretty far away at those prices, honestly.
Well, if he was a member of Slipknot, his tunes would be killing it.
Yeah, dude, like tickets are fucking crazy right
I would
now.
Never, $430. Like, how do you sleep at night? I'm taking this.
That's nothing, man. It's fucking nothing. I'm glad most of the bands I like suck and I can see them for $50. Like I told you guys, going to see Blink's going to cost me like $1,000 this
Dude,
month.
I don't even understand it. Like, well, I know that Blink-182 had said that that's not their fault. They said that was Ticketmaster.
Yeah, they're being sued right now. Ticketmaster is. They're being investigated. Michael Ponton. Thanks, buddy. He says, Happy Pride Month, Mike and Jay. It's our favorite month of the year. It's when we can go out into the streets and butt fuck with no one really. Actually, when we go out in the streets and butt fuck now, they actually shoot off fireworks and celebrate it. It's weird.
There's the clock turn midnight on June 1st. I swear I heard Burt Bacharach singing somewhere.
We go on a camping fishing trip and pitch in a tent with a big old sleeping bag and have a good Perutan time with each other, and we don't worry about getting cold at night. I like it. You should go. Hey, but why stop at June? Do it every month, Michael. Go out there and fuck in a tent.
I can't quit you. I can't quit you. Come here. Give me your blue jean jacket.
Every month should be Pride Month. That's what I'm saying. Greg Harris. Thanks, buddy. That's very sweet of you, man. It's good to see your beautiful face again. I hope you and your bros are doing all right. Just realized, looking around my Friday the 13th themed home gym. God, that's sexy. I can imagine it in my mind's eye. That Friday the 13th 13478 posters has a buck knife in it that Jason never uses in the films. I miss you guys. I love you guys. Hopefully, we'll hang out again soon. It gets weird in Marika's restroom. Yes, it does.
Lots of weird things happen in that restroom. He has a, buck knife.
Buck tooth, but a knife.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't remember him using it in those movies.
Yeah, that's it. And it's in all those fucking posters too. But it's just like the Halloween 4 poster, Yeah. Same kind of shit. But no, if you guys don't know, I'll tell a very quick story. During one of the Scarefest meetups, this is the kind of shit that can happen at a Scarefest meetup. You guys join us this October at Scarefest at the Rupp Arena Center in Lexington, Kentucky. We're partying at Marika's afterwards, and we go in the bathroom, and me and Greg are having a pee together, and we're playing swords, and we're laughing. And then we just hear laughter coming from the stalls, and there's several men in the bathroom stall. So we start giggling to ourselves like schoolgirls, like, what are those guys doing in there? American Psycho type of, they don't have a good bathroom to do coke in. And all of a sudden, the door kicks open, and this motherfucking guy, and I'm telling you guys, this dude was fucking huge, I mean, huge.
Bam Bigelow.
Yeah. American History X style. Motherfucker looked like Rocksteady. Huge. And he goes, "Are you in here?" And I'm zipping up my zipper, and he looks me dead in the face because I'm laughing. He goes, "Are you in here right now? Are you in here?" And they were doing drugs in the bathroom, and then he was going to come rape and murder me, and it was basically going to be like Seabass. And I literally went, "No, I am not," and ran away. And then his friends were like, "Hey, we buried his friend today." And I'm like, "You guys are like a whole cornbread mafia thing, and this is great what you have going on here, but I'm going to choose to eject myself from this situation." And Greg saw the whole thing happen. I still have nightmares about it. In my mind, they're still butt fucking me in that stall.
I don't believe you.
I'm making me suck their fingers.
I don't believe you.
It's my worst fear.
You were the one in the back. You were in the stall. You and Greg were.
That's exactly what happened.
This was a whole roundabout way of just getting around the fact that you butt fucked and you didn't want anybody knowing about it. It's fine.
You got me there.
God damn it.
I will say, Greg, dude, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm semi-sure, semi-charm kind of life, that a couple weeks ago at volleyball, I saw that guy hanging around. I was running around like getting a drink, and I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and all of my PTSD came back to me, and I was like, "Oh no, go to your happy place."
He probably was a wrestler from Dark Side of the Ring. You just didn't recognize him. That was.
Hey, speaking of which, I know you've been on a big WCW kick lately. We love you, Greg. You're the fucking best, dude. We really need to party together again soon. Are you watching the Vice TV? The Who Killed the WCW episode?
Yeah, I've not watched it. No, I might, but it's funny. I do know about that. Ric Flair was pissed off that they didn't interview him for it, and I watched a podcast. Dutch Mantel, who used to be a promoter, and he was like, "What's Rick crying about?" Because he hates Rick Flair, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they probably didn't ask him about it because they didn't want it. Bischoff doesn't like him, and neither does Vince Russo, and they interview both of them, and they probably just like, if you ask Ric Flair to be on here, we're not going to do it." That's probably why. That's the only thing I heard. That's the only thing I heard.
Wrestlers are so fucking petty, just like the WNBA. Wrestlers are so goddamn petty.
Ric Flair, I don't know anything. Like, there's a lot of stories about him. I mean, just recently though, he was a dickhead. Did you see that video of him like being drunk at the bar?
Yeah,
and it was pretty bad. And that one guy was like, "I'll take you outside, bro. I don't even fucking work here." He's like, "What'd you fight about? What's his fight about? I can't," because he's got that. Let's play with me. But anyhow, apparently Ric Flair is a really big backstabber, is what people were saying, and so is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's also a huge liar, is what people say. I don't know, but here's the thing.
Seems that way, brother.
Well, because that's not going to work for me, brother. I felt it's weird that they're going to do that. What killed the WCW? Because we all know what killed the WCW. His name was Vince fucking Russo, and it was a bunch of gimmicky shit. David Arquette winning the championship title was absolutely a fucking slap in the face of everybody. And I think that Dusty Rhodes or Ric Flair, one of them, had said, like, you might as well throw the title in the trash can when that happened. Like, it was worthless. Nobody wanted that property anymore. And, like, literally, Vince McMahon bought the WCW for $3.5 million, I think, or $4 million. And Chris Jericho had even said, like, when I found out what he paid for it, I would have tried to buy it because I didn't know it was that cheap. It was literally a worthless ass shit. So that's what killed it. It was also probably some saboteuring going on by Vince McMahon sending Russo over there. I guarantee you McMahon had something to do with it, even though people are saying, well, Vince Russo wasn't working with the WWE anymore. I was like, yeah, but he probably kept in contact with McMahon, and he was like, ruin the fuck out of their storylines. Whatever you do, just ruin the fuck out of them.
It's going to be a fascinating watch, man, for sure. Like, I'm probably going to wait till they all come out and then just binge watch them, but I'm going to watch it. I look forward to it.
They already get it. The rise and fall of the WCW is already, like, that was pretty much the best if you wanted to watch a documentary. So it's weird that they're doing another one, but I'll watch it.
It's produced by The Rock, so I wonder if he has some insight that others don't have, since he was kind of part of what killed it, with him and Stone Cold being so fucking great on WWF. But, like, I don't know. But this is the perfect timestamp. This next question's for you. It's at 8:06 p.m. Brandon Ferguson. I got a tinkle in my dinkle.
Oh, okay.
And Brandon Ferguson has a question about false sausage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
You wait for me?
No, go ahead.
You want to make fuck on butthole? Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, stick tongue in butt, yes.
Yeah, for sure, as long as you cleaned it. Brandon, thank you. Says, what's up, guys? Jay, I've been thinking about jumping into Fallout 76. You playing on PS5? Also, have you all seen the Silent Hill 2 remake trailer gameplay? I'm on Xbox, actually, and the reason why I got it on Xbox is not because of anything wrong with PlayStation. Is like, but Bethesda was bought by Microsoft, so I figured I might as well just stick with Xbox, plus all my game saves and stuff from Fallout 4 on there. So that's why I'm on Xbox. But as far as the Silent Hill 2 rating, I saw it. Was Silent Hill 2 the game they changed that chick's face? and everybody's pissed about. Is it Silent Hill 2, the remake? Because I saw it. That looked good up to that, if that's the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, I've seen it. I didn't see the gameplay. I saw the trailer a long time ago, but I don't know. It's crazy. But it's Xbox is what I'm playing on, Brandon. And you should. I mean, like Fallout 76, they've done a lot of updates and they've actually fixed the game from what it was. Like that's why I was so hesitant about playing it, because people were coming back and saying what a shit game it was, that it was like it ran like trash and that there was a lot of glitches and hiccups. But this is actually, to their credit, done a really good job. They've it's kind of like Cyberpunk, where Cyberpunk was such a in the toilet type of game for a long time. They finally updated it and fixed it. And that's what they've done with 76. So definitely give it a shot, Brandon. Ron what's your name? Ron Sepulveda? I don't know what you're saying. Says, thank you. It says, permission to enter and behold the power and the glory hole. Permission granted, sir. Come on board. Long time lurker, first time super chatter. Love ya, Yamos. Thank you, dude. Thank you for being a chatterer and lurker in the backgrounds. But you are allowed to come into the great area and show your glory hole to all and partake. Welcome. Going through. The Masked Met, thank you, says, best member of the Joe Rogan NWO, Tim Dillon. Yes, Tim Dillon is. Oh, yeah, Tim Dillon's really good too. Fuck, how did I forget that? Tim Dillon, the show. Good one. Mercutio 80 says, hey guys, I just want to let you know that in my 2K WWE game, you guys just won the tag team championship against the Bloodline. So congrats, champs. I want to say that, was it ever in question, Mercutio? We knew that we were going to come in. Bloodline, it's time to end that line, is what I said. And that's why we grabbed the tag team championship from the Bloodline and held it aloft to the gods of the cosmos and said, only one championship tag team will rule, and it's us. So thank you, Mercutio, for having our back, and now long live the champs. That's so cool that you guys are able to make that stuff. I got to get WWE 2K. Going through. Okay. Nighttime also, thank you so much, says Jordan Peele is doing a horror film with Marlon Wayans training a young athlete at a secluded location all alone or something. It's called Him. Okay, is it a revenge story about how Marlon Wayans feels like his brothers didn't get him to do any more movies and he's pissed off or something? I don't know. If Jordan Peele's, I don't know. Is that? Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be good. Look, here's the thing about Marlon Wayans. I like Marlon Wayans. I think he's a decent actor. He's funny in certain things, but I also feel like he's only, and it's not his fault, but he's geared towards comedic movies. Now, there are some actors that can do both, that could be in comedic movies and do serious roles or even horror, but I don't feel like Marlon Wayans is the guy. So I don't know, but we'll see. I'll give it a chance. Gary B also says, okay, that's from Mike, 820. Boot Scoot Buggy says, Mike, okay, that's for Mike. Gary says, let us men just bitch about women for a while. They do it to us when they're with their friends, and ladies, just cover your ears for a few. It's true. I mean, we get constantly shit on by the chickerinos, but it is what it is. And again, it's not about, I mean, guys do it too. Guys get petty and jealous of each other and they do it, but it just seems like girls do it on a different level. Like, girls get really mean about it. You know what I mean? So it's funny. Girls can hang out with dudes and be kind of okay with it. But if you get a group of them together, oh my God, be careful. That shit's going to turn into Pride Mountain real quick. In The Lion King, they're all going to fucking it's going to get rough. Anyway, you guys always make my day when you're live, Dead Corpsey says. Thank you so much, Dead Corpsey. MMA Rusi, what are some of the biggest movies you guys agree on? And can I get a shout out from Dr. Lewis for show? Hello, MMA Rusi. I didn't know they were letting Russians into the MMA. You goddamn communist! Unless your name's just Rusty. And if that's the case, hello. What are some of the biggest movies you guys disagree on? Well, I mean, one of the biggest franchises that we disagree on is Scream. And it's not that we disagree on the movie itself, on Scream 1. We both think that's a classic film, and for all intents and purposes, it is. It's just that we disagree on maybe how many, after, they should have, I feel like they should have ended it at Scream 2. But, Mike loves all of them, which I guess it would be Scream. And I also think that Stu's dead, 100% dead, and Mike doesn't. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think there's really any big disagreements on anything else. I mean, no, I think you should scream. Nico, thank you so much. Is hanging out here for the next 30 minutes until The Acolyte premieres, another Disney Star Wars dud to be sure. Why the hell am I still watching? I don't know, man. Maybe it'll be shocking. Maybe it'll be fucking good, dude. And maybe a lightning bolt will go right up your tailpipe. I don't think it's going to be good. But I mean, who knows, man? Could be. It looked like shit to me. I mean, Ray Charles could even see it was shit, and he was blonde. Did you know that? But listen, there have been shows before and movies that looked really trash, and they turned out to be decent enough. And besides that, maybe it's subjective. Maybe you'll enjoy it, and that's great. I'm done with Star Wars, dude. I've been done with Star Wars for a long time, and I'm pretty much on the same avenue with Marvel. I just feel like it's run its course. They've beaten the shit out of it. It's time to take old Cujo in the back and shoot him. Old Yeller, fuck it. It's time to move on there, Fred. But who knows? It's fun. But thank you for hanging out with us, Nico. Michael says, what Loomis think of Pride Month? I think it's fine. I mean, everyone has the opportunity to be miserable with each other, gay, straight, bi, whatever. If you want to be miserable with each other and do it in each other's buttholes, do it. Have a good time. Great. I don't care. That's what I think of it. That's what, I mean, I would imagine if you asked Dr. Loomis about Pride Month, he'd be like, Michael doesn't care. If you're gay, whatever. Straight, in the middle, on the fence, wherever you are, Michael will kill you and kill you dead. Ranello, that's an interesting question. I'll have Mike answer that. Okay. Jason Bacon says, is the forthcoming out this weekend directorial debut of Shauna Shalaman starring Dakota Fanning. The Watcher's going to be good. I'm intrigued. God damn, Jason Bacon. That was like a dissertation. The way that you had it, like in that question form, was like a dissertation from a college professor. I was like, it's forthcoming out this weekend, debut of Shauna. I was like, I'm not supposed to be in this class. You're muted.
I'm excited about that movie. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but I'm pumped for it.
So I got to go pee.
I'm gay.
Yeah. There's one for Gary B for you at 8:20, and then there's another one for you at 8:27, and then something about okay, yeah, and then 8:35.
What was the last one? Oh no, I know what it is. Okay, I got you. Got you.
I'll be back.
So a story I got to tell you guys. When I walked out to go pee after during the break there, my wife was at the table making a drink, and I kind of bowling balled her. You know, I walked up and bowling balled her butt. got a nice handful of me. And when she turned around, I did the I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I started doing the whole Shawn Michaels dance. She knew what I was doing, but she just shook her head and walked away. But I just thought you guys would enjoy that because it was fun for me. You got to do that, you know. When your wife walks by, you got to touch it, and you got to do the Shawn Michaels sexy dance. It's just what you have to do from time to time. Nighttime said, Jordan Peele's doing a horror film. Marlon Wayne's training a young athlete at a secluded location all alone or something. It's called Him. Yeah, it was called Goat before. But I'm excited for that. I love Marlon Wayans. I think he's an underrated ass actor. I think he's an underrated comedian. I love Jordan Peele doing like original shit. You know, I think that's what I heard it today. He was in the running for a Marvel movie, and I'm like, I fucking hate that. We need people doing all the original shit they can right now. Give it, Mike. Have you watched the movie Miller's Girl? I have not, dude. All I saw was the clip of Jenna Ortega where her and not Martin Short, but that motherfucker that looks like Martin Short. Was like, it was all like sexual and shit. And I was like, this is fucking weird. I'm not watching this movie. It gives me a strange boner. Because I saw it's on Netflix now. I have a crush on Jenna Ortega. That's the only reason I want to see it. It looks like it's going to be for you. It looks like you're going to really enjoy it, man, for sure. I think Jenna Ortega is talented as hell. I'm not like super, you know, I get why though. I get why I do. Yeah, dude. Boot scoot boogie. Liar Liar is one of the greatest, most rewatchable movies of all time. I knew you'd fucking have fun with it. A pedantic bastard. Fucking amazing movie, dude. Amazing fruit. Did you guys ever have amazing fruit as a kid? They were just fucking gummy bears, but it was way funner. It was way funner. That's all, you know. It's just because it was called amazing fruit and it felt new. Hi. Excuse me. What's up? Ridlow, what's up, Mike? It's your friends from Twitter who told you about the guy from Walmart who was masturbating with disinfectant wipes. Yeah, so I went to Walmart the other day, you guys, and I just swear to God, it was the Frankfort, Kentucky Walmart. And every time we don't have a Walmart in my town, but every time I go there, because we have a super Kroger, so there's some shit you have to go there for. Every time I go, I just walk out, man, and I just feel bad for fucking humanity, like as a whole, like just the people watching and the people you see. It's like, God damn, we're all fucked. Jupiter's butt crack was all I could see. Every time I go in there, I just walk out depressed on life. So that, and he said he saw someone like on the third shift jerking off with the disinfectant wipes in the baby section of the store, which is, God damn it, what's wrong with this world? What's wrong with this world? Thank you, man, and welcome. Jason Bakon, dude, I'm literally totally 50-50 on this. The Watchers, I have no idea. I love that, and my daughter's doing it. You know, she grew up and she probably has all this expert knowledge, and he produced the film, so I'm sure he helped with the shit. The trailer didn't really do it for me. The trailer was a little too Hunger Games-y, but like, I'm totally intrigued. Gonna go see it this week for sure before vacation and try to get a review out for it. I'm intrigued as well, my friend. Michael the Beast Benson Comics says, "Hey guys, long time watcher, first time super chatter. Welcome, little biscuit boy." That's what we call them. We call them little biscuit boys. First timers, make you get up in front of the church pulpit and talk about what a sinner you are. That's what they do at church if it's your first time. Thank you guys for delivering the greatest content. Love your ranking vids. Thank you, man. We love you, and we rank you high on our list of dudes we like to fuck. I mean, fuck around and party with.
Just accept that you're gay and you like cock. It's June after all. Holy God.
I do. One of these Junes,
and I rank you high on the hot list, guy. So thanks for coming in.
One of these days.
Coming in.
One of these days. It's a good Foo Fighter song, actually. Boot, scoot, boogie. Tango and Cash. 5 stars. It's great. Absolutely right.
Yep, it is. It's almost a 10. Without a doubt.
Love that movie, dude. If you guys have not seen Tango and Cash and you just need a dose of machismo in your day, of awesome man sweat and fighting and using belts to fly down electrical cords to escape prisons, watch Tango and Cash. Michael Parton said, "I feel bad for George Lucas because Kathleen Kennedy is taking his most popular IP, running it so far into the ground, and it's sad. Why isn't she fired?"
It's all about that blowjob central. She's a great vacuum dealer.
Don't you dare say things like that, you dirty, dirty man whore.
Well, no, actually, it's the fact is, yeah, you're right. Like I was talking to Nico. I have no desire to watch anything Star Wars related. I can't believe you lose money in Star Wars. You lose money on Indiana Jones. You lose money in Marvel. It's fucking insane. But yeah, you're right. I don't know why she's still around. She should have been fired a long time ago. You got to get rid of that shit, Anakin. It's evil. And there was rumors that George Lucas was even coming back to buy Star Wars, which I mean, those are just rumors. I don't think that George is going to cough up $2 fucking billion or whatever he sold it for, because they're going to just jack the price on him. So yeah, you're right. It's run into the ground. And I like people that defend it and like love it. I mean, that's great that you find some enjoyment out of it, but it's literally at this point, it's a plastic shelf kind of fucking convenience store horse shit ass IP anymore. It's not even recognizable as Star Wars at this point.
It's partly her, sure, but I think it's also partly just everything today is so mechanical and gloves on and unoriginal and built for the masses. Star Wars was built out of originality and wonder and spectacle, and now it's just like it's like, you know, Tony Stark said, it's everything special about you came out of a bottle. George Lucas George Lucas put out some turds too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so it's not just her. I think it's just Star Wars as a commodity. It's just been over commoditized. That's it.
That's what happened when you put messaging in your movies. You take them.
That's true too.
That's 100% what it was. George Lucas might have made some shit ass movies with the prequels, even though Revenge of the Sith is good. He never messaged shit in that. You fucking you get involved with politics, you get involved with your messaging, you fuck with your core audience members, you change shit to suit some fucking virtue signaling bullshit on Twitter. This is what you wind up with, a pile of shit in your hands and say, it smells like goddamn poop, because it is poop, Kathleen. Well,
It's crazy because George Lucas said himself that Carrie Fisher was the star of the movies. Like, he pretty much dissed Han Solo and said that he didn't know what he was doing and that the real star of those movies was Carrie Fisher. If someone had said that today, everyone would have said you're woke, you're virtue sick, all that stuff like that, and canceled it. But the difference is today, they're not doing it for the right reasons. They're not doing it to make good content. They're doing it to to actually virtue signal, and also. I still think if you made a great Star Wars movie and it had some bullshit messaging in it, people would have looked over it. I think
it depends on how you do it and what you're trying to say. But at the end of the day, also the reason why Lucas was even asked that, he was responding to people accusing it of racism because there wasn't enough black people in it. He goes, "There's fucking aliens in the goddamn universe."
Yeah.
He goes, "It's fucking aliens," and it was Carrie Fisher, aka Princess Leia, was a female hero. But again, these are the kind of questions, not about the content or the quality of the movie. It's just about, well, how many check marks did you mark off?
I agree with White Rabbers. Like, they should watch Prom Night and save time. Yeah, that's right. Death Corpse Day. Are you guys hyped for Terrifier 3? I'm fucking hyped. That is, by the way, I just put up the poll for this coming month's Patreon. We just last night uploaded a Texas Chainsaw 1974 commentary to our Patreon. The next month commentary has already been voted on. It's going to be Terrifier 2. So we're going to have a full Terrifier 2 commentary up this month for that. But yeah, dude, Terrifier 3, super fucking hyped. Can't wait.
Yeah, I hope they move away from the angel versus demon shit, but they probably won't. But it's still, it'll be interesting. At least I'll say that I'm sure the gore is going to be off the charts again. So it'll be crazy. The kills that they come up with will be interesting.
Yeah, from what I hear, from what I hear from the production stuff, just following it, not like they're not coming over my house and making me bacon, but like some people try to act, but from what you follow online, this one's going to be even gnarlier than the last one.
They're asking to come over and make you bacon.
Yeah, they say, from what I'm hearing and what we're reporting here at fuckdomempire.com.
Oh, you mean
we're not just saying what we've heard on the fucking internet.
Oh, I thought you meant like the guys that worked on Terrifier. They're accusing you of liking them too much and giving them positive spins on their shit.
No, not at all. They're just saying shit online about the movie that sounds cool. Oh. That's all I'm saying. Gary Bay, I read earlier. Is it true Tim Burton's Batman will be getting a sequel, Batman 89? I think it's called.
I don't know, but that sounds awesome if it's true. I always thought it'd be cool to have Tim Burton do a third movie. Because it would be Batman 89, but it would be like the sequel to Batman Returns, like what we could have got. I would have always loved to see Tim Burton come back, reunite with Michael Keaton, and give us one more Batman with him in it. Kind of give his trilogy. But if it's true, it'd be awesome.
I'm done. I'm off the snide, man. I'm done. After fucking The Flash and what they did with that shit, I'm like, you just let 89 Batman live. I thought Tim or Michael Keaton did great, but it's just left me with a bad taste in my mouth.
That's just to come. I think it's going to be good.
dirty.
I think it would be good if they came back and let Tim Burton have creative control and let him be the one in charge of everything. Because it's not going to end like that's the difference. That's the difference. If Tim Burton's not in control of it, then yeah, I don't want to see it. But if Tim Burton's back as director and he's going to have complete creative control and work in conjunction with Michael Keaton, I'd love to see it.
Now, 6 months ago, if you told me that, I said, fuck no way. But given how all the things I've heard about Beetlejuice 2, where they're just painstakingly doing practical effects and shit like that, now I'd be like, okay, if Tim Burton's in control, I'm with you. But it's weird. 6 months ago, I'd have been against it. Joe Valentine says, it's Lexi and mine's wedding. Any Slender Chalice shout out for Lexi and Joe and their wedding. Listen, the first thing you want to do at your wedding, all right, is you want to have the hottest bridesmaids that you can have, okay? And the reception should be held at a bar, cash bar, meaning free, like whichever the free bar is that you can get the most from. And at the bachelor party, what you want to do is you want to get high on peyote, and you want to invite all the women's side of the bachelors over, and then you all put on masks, and everybody plays pin the tail on the donkey. But what that means is that everyone gets to have sex with everyone, and no one knows who the wife or the groom is. And then you tell everyone that you're a doctor, and you can make it all go away, but they have to come over to your tent, and they have to have naps with you, like I nap with my black nurses. That's how you do a wedding. It's like a grab bag of fun and Boilermakers, and then you go to a Cubs game.
Happy anniversary, Joe Valentine and Lexi. Hope it's a good one. That's it. Have a good one. You did take you ass back to the room. You was crazy. They're not getting there. It was their anniversary, you nasty turd.
What?
Get out of here. It was their
It's their
anniversary. Yeah. What you
Oh.
just God, you sweating under your armpits and everything. You stink.
Is there sweat there?
Yes,
There's a little sweat, isn't there? I'm a doctor. I had a triage.
Happy anniversary, Joe. And
22-year-old triage situation.
Have ice cream cake. Bang.
Yeah. Happy anniversary, you guys. Brett Thurston. Oh, yeah. I forgot Xbox bought. But yeah, Jay, I've seen some people upset with how the characters look in the Silent Hill 2 remake, but I think it looks great, though. And I'm more of a Resident Evil fan anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I heard about was like that they changed that chick and made her like fat and ugly. I don't know. I was like, I guess.
God, I'm so tired of the fucking world.
But the Silent Hill 2, the game, I didn't see the game. I just saw the trailer. But again, I've never like the Silent Hill games. I'm with you, Brandon. I've always been a Resident Evil guy. I like Silent Hill, but I never got into it. That Dream World shit, I didn't get it. I just was like, give me a gun, let me shoot some zombies and shit. I like the Resident Evil thing better. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're remaking it because I know a lot of people have been wanting the Silent Hill 2 remake, and Kenobi is like delivering it. So
I'm more of a Silent Hill guy.
You don't even know what that is. Shut your goddamn hole.
Now I played the Silent Hill games and the Resident Evil games. Not all of them, but I played them earlier.
The only Silent Hill that's real for me is my bedroom. It's been very quiet.
I did see the Silent Hill trailer for the upcoming movie. It looks video game-ish, but it's done by Christoph Gans, who did the first Silent Hill movie, which, by the way, yes, that lead actress was fucking awful and the character was fucking awful, but the music and how he built that world was so fucking dope. I think Return to Silent Hill, the movie, they brought him back to do it. I think it's gonna rip, dude. I think it's gonna be amazing.
We saw both. I think we saw all three. I think they make three of them. We saw all three of them in the theater. We were in the movie tavern. That last one,
just the two. Just the two.
Oh yeah, the second one sucked. That was really fucking bad. The first one was doable. Like it was all right. But the second one was fucking awful. Really bad.
Yeah. Terrible. Fucking awful. They even had the 3D. And we were like, wow.
Yeah, we were
like 10 minutes in, we
were like drunk as fuck. And it's not it literally is easy to like entertain a drunk guy. Like you just show him a fucking thing of ice cream. You're like, but no, I feel like this is bad. It's ruining my buzz.
Yeah, like 20 minutes in, we're like, this is awesome. And then like 30 minutes in, we're like, this fucking sucks, Steve.
Oh my God.
Felix the Fandom. We need a Child's Play 2019 sequel. It has potential.
Felix, in your profile pic, you look like a doctor that's examining someone. And you're like, are you sure that's a wiener?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure you're a boy.
I don't know.
I don't want a sequel. No. Yeah, sequel to 2019. That'd be all right. I actually think the 2019 Child's Play was pretty good.
I'd be cool if they never made another Chucky movie again.
Yeah, that's to be fair, but I would be fine with it if they did it 2019. Mark Hamill was all right, and I like that. Like the Child's Play 2019, I remember we were like talking about how it was going to suck, and that was a movie that was surprisingly good.
Yeah, no, it was way better than we thought it was going to be. Actually, I agree with you. Like, I think a sequel to that could be fun. Living Shot. Jay and Mike, have you ever had any possible supernatural experiences?
Only when I work in the bed.
I have seen a clitoris once. Not many people have.
It was from far away and it was kind of fuzzy. Mike tried to take a picture of it. No one believed him.
It disappeared real quick.
It's like, this looks like the Loch Ness Monster. It's not. I will supernatural. I mean, I've heard shit before. I've never seen anything.
I got nothing. I don't believe in the supernatural, to be honest with you. I think it's all hippity dippity bullshit. And I've never seen a ghost, and I've never seen a ghost recorded on camera. And Zach Bagans is full of shit, man.
Well, Zach Bagans has always been full of shit. We all knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, his hair gel alone weighs his fucking neck down.
Yeah.
That's why he has to work. That's why he has to work out all the time, like to keep his fucking head up. Like with all that hair gel, it's heavy.
Jack Plays 95 say, hey, my Jack. Have you ever seen the Rob Zombie's Halloween bloopers gag reel? It's hilarious. Dude, we actually, Jack Plays, I have a treat for you. Jay and I did a full reaction to the video you're talking about. It's on our YouTube channel. That's a fucking great gag reel. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, this parakeet's been raped.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell was the best part of that.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking great. It was awesome, the best. Courtney Reed, I love you, man. He says, Mike, please do the guy with the #1 motherfucker hat from Violent Nature. That guy was fucking. They literally had an ad on, dude. And it's in the beginning of the movie, and the sheriff comes to his house, and he's like, "Now I done told you, don't come around here. You're gonna find my rifles." And he's like, and the sheriff is like, "Now you're gonna run into one of those traps one of these days, one of your own traps, and you're gonna get what's coming to you." He's like, "Don't you fucking threaten me. You know your jurisdiction ends where that tree line begins. You come over here again and I'll fucking show you. And then when the guy shows up, he's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
He's like, please, no, don't fuck me.
It sounds like a regular Saturday night down at the Speedway here in town.
I'm the number one motherfucker. Yeah. I told you, it's just a redneck accent, basically. It's like, now we both know it's my house. I'm tired of your shit. Gary, yeah, I have a crush on Ortega too, but I don't want to see Miller's Girl. It's not jealousy because I didn't mind her scream kiss, six kiss. It's just Miller's Girl's weird. Yeah, dude, that dude who looks like Martin Short and her about to fuck just gives me the willy jillies. You know, makes me feel weird inside. Florida Dan, because he's from fucking Florida, says excited for the new college football video game. Oh, you bet your dick I am.
Yeah, we talked about it last live stream. I think they're doing it in like a double pack with Madden for like.
I've seen that, but because it comes out in July, so they're probably selling it with the old Madden.
Yeah, you can't get you would get like a code for it, so you could play the college game and then get the Madden game when it comes out. I don't know. I think it was like 100 something, but yeah, like I'm not like I don't play the sports games, but it's cool that it's coming back. I like anything that's not just the same Madden shit over and over again. So it's kind of cool to see college football back or college anything. I wish they'd do college basketball and bring that back.
Yeah, I know too. Like, and the video game community has sorely missed NCAA football. But like, and I'm super pumped for it. I saw the trailers for it. I really hate, dude. One of their main big things, their big additions, is like, I forgot the name of it, but it's like your players are going to get injured a lot more, so you're going to have to maintain a lot more injuries. And I'm like, how is fucking injured players a feature in the goddamn game? That sounds awful to me.
Yeah,
like your best players are going to get hurt constantly. And then a lot of the shit they were hawking was shit they've been doing in Madden for 10 years. Like, oh, if you have a freshman quarterback, the lines are going to get squiggly. It's like Madden did that last year, and a lot of people are saying that the graphics look like a reskin. Look, at the end of the day, if I get to bring the Kentucky football Wildcats to the championship, no matter how shitty the game is, I'm going to buy it. And what I don't think enough people are talking about is the fact that we're going to actually be able to play this game online, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can play any of the other NCAA games online. So you're going to be able to take like, South Alabama Jaguars or whatever and face off against some asshole kid with Alabama. It's wild. I don't know how they're going to work that, but I can't wait to see it. I'm fucking pumped for that game, dude.
It's going to be fun.
I think it might piss me off worse than any other in history, but I'm still pumped for it. What's up, fellas? Sorry I'm late. I hope you all are doing well. Am I alone in Batman Begins being my favorite in that trilogy? Actual Batman film. Mike, I love your fake Raz suffering and injustice. Raz Al Ghul. That's a great line from the fucking movie, but my favorite's still Dark Knight.
No, you're not. I always said Batman Begins was like the best. I always loved that movie. I mean, I just love the way he looked. I thought it's so cool because in that movie, I remember when the trailer came out, I didn't know what the fuck I was watching, and I was in the theater and I thought it was a horror movie. And the way they shot it and the way it looked, I just thought it was amazing. I mean, they really did bring back Batman to the badassery after that holy shit stained train tracks, dirty underwear, Batman and Robin. Because Batman and Robin, they like it derailed the entire franchise, and it took something like Batman Begins to get it back. And by the way, out of that, all three of those movies, the cowl that he had in Batman Begins is the best one, period, of all three of those films. Like, I don't know, like, because by the Dark Knight Rises, it looked like a motorcycle helmet. It looked like shit.
Yeah, I do. I really love Batman Begins, dude. I think The Dark Knight's a better movie, but it's really a Godfather 1, Godfather 2 situation. Honestly, like either movie to me works. And I see a lot of people in the chat agreeing with you that Batman Begins is the best one. Is like, for some reason, I just remember in my brain when he went up to the mobster dude, and he was like, it's like, don't come to me with your fucking.
Yeah, that guy was great. That guy was great.
I can't remember what he said. I wish I could right now. I was like, don't come to me. Don't come to me with your fucking hand.
You come down here. You have your little shouting. Oh yeah, I can't remember that guy. That guy was great. Yeah. I don't remember his name.
But yeah, I do love
Ross. Falcone.
Yeah. But I do love Ra's al Ghul now. Suffering and injustice.
I like when Katie Holmes slapped him in the face twice. It's like, you never would have done that to Tom Cruise.
You should have. It would have helped a lot of people. Right, so Michael Parton says Batman 89 is a comic mini series they released, which is pretty decent. It takes place after Returns. It has Billy D. Williams too. I knew about the comic.
That would have been, that's what Tim Burton was setting up. I mean, in his Batman 3, Billy D. Williams, that whole thing was going to be a Two-Face driven type of movie. And I heard like something about Robin Williams being considered for the role of Riddler. I know that was also possibly true with Joel Schumacher in Batman Forever as well.
Thank you, Daniel. He had it, dude. We were missing it. He's like, "Beck, like a dog."
Yeah.
That's the thing we were missing.
Yeah, nice coat. Nice coat. Anyway, yeah. So so Tim Burton had it set up to have that whole thing happen, and it would have been really cool to see that play out. But
was that based on Tim Burton's idea for a movie? I thought that was just a random.
But that Tim Burton, from what I understand, that he'd had that idea for a while to set up Billy D. Williams as the iconic Two-Face in the third film. That's what they were going to go with. But I don't remember why they fought. I think it was because I wasn't a huge fan of Returns, but I think it was because the film was too dark, or the studio felt like it was scaring kids and they didn't like their direction. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the artsy fartsy shit they were doing in Batman Returns, but like, holy shit, pop your titty out the boy's mouth and stop babying him. Like, that's like, and then you hire Joel Schumacher, who like focuses in on cod pieces and butt cheeks. Good job.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I do know about that comic book. Really cool idea. I think I bought that one actually when it came out. I think a lot of people did, but it's a pretty cool idea. Dean Krebetrans says, good luck to Mavs in the finals, Mike. Fucking dude, I'm so pumped. Like, my team is in the fucking finals. That's a rare fucking thing. It's a rare thing. I got the Mavs in 6. I think they're gonna fuck the Celtics up the butt and around the corner. And I'm gonna annoy the shit out of my family because when we're on vacation, I'm gonna be like, well, wherever we go, it's gotta have a TV because I'm watching that shit.
You're going to be gone for 2 weeks?
No, I mean, I will only be gone for a week, but technically it'll be 9 days. So given the date of this, and I'm not leaving for another 3 days.
2 weeks for a vacation? God damn.
No, I ain't got it like that. No, but like we're not leaving for a couple days, and then we'll be gone for 9 days, and it'll probably be a couple days before we stream. I figure it'll probably be about 2 weeks before we stream again.
I thought that's what I don't know why I just thought of that. I was like,
no, I'm not fucking Ricky Manu though. I ain't got.
No, I started like that bitch from Total Recall. It's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
No, I can't afford that shit. Jacob!
Hey,
here to show my love and appreciation for you sex motherfuckers. I dig in a violent nature up until the last 15 minutes. What the fuck was that shit? But the kills were great. Yoga kill lived up to the hype. Thank you. Love you, dudes. Thanks for everything. Love you too, man.
Thank you, man.
Fucking love you too. As far as the inner violent nature goes, yeah, dude, that last 15 minutes, and I won't say anything because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but what a fucking letdown. Had me on the edge of my seat. What the fuck? That is one of the biggest ball dropping moments I've ever seen. And not like I just became a man, like I dropped the fucking ball. They fumbled the bag. I cannot believe that movie ended that way. So disappointing.
I agree with you. I couldn't believe it.
Shut up,
I really couldn't. I couldn't believe it.
You didn't watch these stupid butthole?
I totally did. I watched it.
Go watch it.
I watched it.
What's it about?
Well, it's obviously about the anabolic steroids that was taking over the country in the professional sports in the 80s. That's why it's called In a Violent Nature. You're absolutely right. The last 15 minutes, you wanted some resolution. It didn't happen at all. We just got back to square one.
Absolutely right. Nailed it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude, that's what they should call the fucking, if they ever do a movie based on remember the 90s with the steroid shit, they should call it Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent
Chris
Nature.
Benoit story. Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. But no, Jacob, by the way, a new Mess song came out, which I think you like. It's called I Hate You When You're Fucking Sober or something like that, but it was good.
Hey, who the fuck talked to my wife? That was a direct quote that she said to me last week.
There's also a good I like A Day to Remember's new song too, by the way. It's pretty good. Bat Beast, what's up, bros? Hope the stream's going great. So far, yes.
Not bad.
I'm drinking and grinding some Dead by Daylight at the moment, then deleting some burritos. He said deleting some burritos. Bro. I love it. What's y'all's favorite burritos?
Are you eating a burrito while you're playing Dead by Daylight? Because that's hardcore. Yeah. That's hardcore as fucking. I like that.
He's on vacation. He's living it the fuck up right now. I love that.
Dude, holy shit. I could just have like this big... I'll kill you, bitch! Favorite burrito? I don't know. Cheesy stuffed one. I don't know. The grilled that new one they got at Taco Bell is really good. The Cantina chicken one, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. Nobody's gonna know the place that I'm talking about because they have one here and they have one in like fucking Texas. But the best burrito I've ever had is definitely Alfonso's burrito because you can get a crazy angry burrito and it comes with like hot Cheetos and jalapenos. Fucking amazing. It's in Frankfurt. They used to have one right next to the house, but it closed down. But no, as far as standard burritos that everyone has, I want to say Chipotle, but back in the day, Chipotle. But as far as fast food goes, I will definitely go the grilled stuffed burrito. It's not around anymore, I don't believe. But Taco Bell used to have this thing called the grilled stuffed burrito. And fuck me with a fucking hot fork. They would take this thing and it was pretty big, and they would sear it on each side so it was like crispy, and it was full of the meats. The grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. If anybody remembers that shit, god damn it, fucking good. It's awesome.
I mean, maybe you're a freak like me, but I kind of liked. I know people are gonna be like, God damn, you nasty dog. Whopperito. I thought Whopperito was pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of dug the Whopperito back in the day. I don't know what it was. You know, I was just like that's just like like you went slumming with mommy. Like, you know, you got like it was like that. Like when you had a Whopperito, you felt like
because Bobby went slumming one night back in college.
Yeah, like you felt like a fucking dirty ass skate from the streets of Vegas when you ate a Whopperito. But I like that shit, dude. I did.
I love Taco Bell because even on the keto diet, which I'm all right now, you can just buy yourself some keto wraps, buy some shit at Taco Bell, come home and shovel that shit into the keto wrap, and you're fucking good to go. But that's aside the point. Gary! I watched a couple react to Star Wars, and she got mad at her partner because he was attracted to Bikini Leia because she couldn't get past Leia being a slave. That's insane.
God.
It wasn't about her being a slave and doing everything that he wanted.
Oh my God, yeah.
Probably.
If I was that dude's friend, I'd be like, run, bitch, run! Run, bitch! That's awful.
Honestly, like,
if you're like literally watching Star Wars and all you can look at is in her in that sexy ass fucking metal thong, I'd be like, I would love to have a moment of like glory and happiness that she escaped. But all I can think of is like, how dare they show slavery today? It was another fucking planet. Goddamn Jabba the Hutt was the master.
Yeah, things are bad. Things are bad. It plays in the world. It's not. She wasn't hot because she was a slave. She was hot because she was Princess Leia dressed like that. You know what I'm saying?
I thought she
was
chains.
The chains didn't have anything to do with slavery. It was just chains.
Listen, one of the hottest scenes, like one of the in Star Wars: A New Hope, when she likes laying on that metal thing, and she's like, "Aren't you a little sharp to be a stormtrooper?" It's like, yeah, but my dick's real big. She was hot as fuck.
Haven't you ever heard of like bondage and like, you know, like handcuffs and shit like that? It's not about like, it's not, nobody thought like, I don't think anybody was attracted to it. It's just like, oh, I could go in there and do the R word to her. No, I think people were just like, it's hot.
It was just a hot girl. It was a hot girl in revealing clothing. Big deal.
Yeah, that's it. Don't look so far into it. Gosh, I feel bad.
Overthink it.
For people growing up in today's generation. That's what Eminem's do songs about. Houdini. It's really good. You should listen to Tipsy, you motherfucker. Here you are again, doing us way too kind. We appreciate you, man. He says, hey guys, I rarely disagree with Mike. However, Miller's Girl was a very, very sad, scary film. Yes, Jenna is hot in the movie, and yes, she is a villain, and she kills it as such. She's scary. But yeah, of course she's getting it. Take care, guys. So I haven't watched the movie, to be fair, Tim. So I don't know. I just saw that one preview, and her and that Martin Short looking dude, like who was in the Marvel movies, getting all secretary Maggie Gyllenhaal sexy together. It made me feel uncomfortable rather than turned on. So I never looked into the movie any further because I don't like questionable boners. All right. It made me feel weird to have the boner I had, and I didn't appreciate it, and I walked away. That's all. That's all I'm saying, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal looks like, I don't know what it is about her, dude. She looks like she's like licks bologna and sticks them on windows. I don't know, I don't know what it is. I mean, she's okay, but you know what I mean. Like she's like a weird girl. Like she's also like maybe she picks her nose and wipes her boogers on the wall, and she has a collection of them.
I have an attraction to Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Well, I mean, it's just because you think Jake Gyllenhaal's hot, but that's why.
God damn, I never unlocked that. You're probably
that's what it is. That's what it is.
Probably it.
Yeah. Yep.
Jake's hot.
You're repressing your homosexuality and suppressing rage, motherfucker.
Look, if I had to fuck 3 dudes, Jake Gyllenhaal would be one of them.
Listen, Maggie Gyllenhaal is a cute girl, but I'm just saying she's got a weird vibe to her. I don't know what it is.
Get down. Those starbursts aren't for you.
Like when you have her house, she'd be like, "Yeah, I like to pick my nose and put boogers on the wall." And here's and she names her boogers.
I just feel like Maggie would be really good in bed.
But then she does like an amazing like in the sack, like huge, like amazing, like
that's what I'm saying. Like I think Maggie would be fun. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. But Tim,
you're wrong. Is it wrong to say that?
But Tim, it's fine. You should disagree with Mike more often because he's wrong.
She was good enough for Batman. You're too good for Batman?
Katie was good enough, and then she got taken to the secret spaceship for Scientology, and they had
perfect example, dude. Perfect example. who would you rather sleep with, Katie Holmes from Batman or Maggie Gyllenhaal from Batman? The answer is Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No
Katie
way,
Holmes
dude.
would be the
No way.
boringest. Katie Holmes from the Batman would be the boringest sex.
That's what I want.
By the end of it, I'd be asking her to smack me just so I could feel something.
Yeah, but you know what?
Know?
But you know what? She behaves
crazy.
too. She's married to Tom Cruise, and you tell her,
rattle the cages.
and you're like this. You're like, you don't make a sound when our child is being born. Not a fucking sound. And she'll do it too. I can't believe that's so. Do you guys remember that? Katie Holmes literally couldn't make a sound while she was giving birth to the baby.
Well, that's insane in real life. But I'm just talking like her character in the movies. It's one of those things like you could be married for 10 years and still yet she come home and you have to Dawson's Creek. You'd have to put flower petals. You have to light candles. You have to put on the Starbucks sampler featuring Sante just to get some average like missionary slow sex with her. Maggie Gyllenhaal, she come home and you do a couple Bud Light shooters and then you'd be fucking in the kitchen.
I think
you have a great time.
I think with Maggie Gyllenhaal, you're gonna fucking understand when she takes her panties down. You smell like Miracle Whip, and you're like, "Oh, it's mayonnaise. Oh, it's fucking from her vagina."
Don't you talk about Jake Gyllenhaal?
Just shut the fuck up. We're not gonna fuck either one of them.
Don't talk about Jake Gyllenhaal's sister that way, Jay.
I'll talk about Jake Gyllenhaal.
Love you, Tim. Thanks, buddy.
Tim.
Falcon! Alien Romulus looks good as fuck. Fede is that fucking dude, and goddamn, you're right. You're 100% right.
I haven't seen it yet.
And we're gonna watch it together. We're gonna watch it
together. I can't believe they're actually doing a movie set in ancient Rome. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh shit. Love you, child of the corn. Dude, I got pee, and when I get back, if you want to pee again, you can pee. That's okay. I'll get my nuggets. Don't you worry about how. And then we will watch the Alien Romulus trailer and then get to your super chats, the rest of them. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
I think I'm cute.
Are we like God, stop waving that shit around. It stinks. Where are we at?
That shit smells just like bologna.
Are we caught up?
No. Maybe we are actually. We may be.
No, we are.
We're at Frankenstein at 9:21.
Well, there's one for Dan Belcher. He's right there, or Dan Beaker.
Yeah, he's after Frankenstein Studio at 9:21. Don't question me, boy. Don't come for my shit, boy.
Okay. Frankenstein Studio says, "Hey, guys. Hey, how you doing? Fun fact: Billy D was supposed to be in Batman Returns. Harvey Dent would have had the Max Shrek storyline. Max's death was originally what would have turned Harvey into Two-Face for the third movie." Yeah, I think I'd heard about that. And again, I would have loved to have seen it. I think that Tim Burton, it was definitely a misstep with Batman Returns, and I know that people love that movie. I kind of get it. Michelle Pfeiffer, ooh. But at the end of the day, it wasn't as good as '89 Batman, and it did get really weird. So it would have been interesting, and I think that it sucks too because Billy D. Williams is a great actor, and I really would have loved to have seen what he would have done with the role of Two-Face if given more time and given the actual movie to explore that character. But unfortunately, we never got it. But and we are caught up. So Dan, thank you, by the way, Frankenstein Studio. And Dan, I will let Michael come back and answer that question for you as well. I've got to pee so fucking bad. Holy shit. The tip of my wiener feels blue and purple. Anyway. Robin Barker says Batman Returns is my favorite Batman film. I know a lot of people did like it. I mean, I think I put it pretty far down on my rank. It's not high on my ranking list of the Batman movies, but it's just not my thing. Tomo got his Jay so excited he has to go pee pee. Yeah. Aztec Aguilera 4 says, "I'm not sorry, but Batman '89 is way better." Again, it's all a matter of it's opinion, but I personally agree '89 is the best overall. Frankenstein says, "You off the top of your head, how do you rank the Batman movies?" Shit, dude. I can't off the top of my head. See, that's the problem. I can't do it off the top of my head because it's like a deep thinking situation, and I gotta like really. It's like fucking Rubik's cube. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Stacey James, the Batman is mine mainly because it reminds me of the animated series. The Batman is high on my list. I listen. I know that some people have problems with that movie, and maybe they just have problems with Robert Pattinson in general. But I think that movie, the Batman, was the closest we ever got to the true adaptation of the Batman character. I mean, there was the investigative side of Batman, or the way that he was like going to the crime scene and looking over things and taking his you got more of that, which is what Batman essentially is. He's the world's greatest detective, and you never really got that in any of the other movies. He just kind of knew the answer. You know what I mean? So this was actually, you saw him work through the process and how he did things. It's also violent, and I liked that they had Robert Pattinson, who was still very much scarred from his parents dying in front of him, that he was obsessed with the idea that he couldn't be Bruce Wayne because it hurt too much. So he was like focused in on being Batman and only the Batman. So I thought that was cool. And you had the relationship and dynamic between him and Alfred reminding him that he still is Batman. Anyway, I just think the Batman itself was a really, really good movie. The Robin Marcus of the Batman was fucking incredible. Pissed as hell. We have to wait until 2026 for the Batman Part 2. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's all those DNA tests that Robert Pattinson's got to go through because he was having sex with the Catwoman. We don't know what's going on there. I'm kidding. I don't know, but that's what I heard. The movie for kids, Batman Returns, had bad marketing because McDonald's was sell Happy Meals trying to promote the. Yeah, I remember that. But it's and it's funny because parents went and seen Batman Returns and with their children, and their kids were scarred or something, and they were mad, and they were like writing into Warner Brothers talking about how they've scarred their children for life, and then Warner Brothers, holy shit, what are we doing? Someone grab Joel Schumacher, the one that sells like toys, like we need a toy commercial, and that's what essentially happened. Batman Returns was designed for kids, obviously. I mean, look, it's cartoony as fuck, and then Batman and Robin just went overboard with it. But yeah, I don't know. The movie for kids, anyway, Daniel Hammond, thank you so much, by the way, says, cheers, fellas. Hope you all having a good evening. Alien is looking fantastic. I'll be there day one. At this point, you guys should have honey buckets in your rooms. The show. I agree. We should. When Mike gets back, after I do a little pee dance break, we're gonna come back, and I'm assuming that's what we'll be watching. I'm looking forward to it. Alien Romulus, just for the initial teaser trailer that they did, looked incredible. It looks like it's going back to the original idea of Ridley Scott's Alien film, which is essentially a horror movie in space, which is great, which is terrifying in of itself. Imagine being like, space itself is fucking terrifying. It's scary as shit, right? Like you're so far away from anybody that could help you. You can't just walk out the door and run away. Like you're stuck there. And like there's this terrifying creature hunting you down that you don't know what it is, and all your crew's dead and you're all alone and you're running around in your white panties. Which is essentially what Ripley was doing in the first one, even though I know she got pants later. But yeah, so I like that. And I mean, and I've always been a fan of Aliens. I think James Cameron did an incredible job with Aliens, and that's my favorite one of all of them. But Alien 1 is so unique and cool, and it's Aliens and Alien are so different. Like they really are, because Alien, you look at Alien, and it's like that's a horror movie. And it's almost like a slasher horror movie because the creature itself is like a slasher, hunting down the way the music, everything. Then Aliens is action, sci-fi, explosions, boom, boom. It's like Michael Bay, but he could direct, I don't know. Hold on, I've lost you. Okay, so Johnny Littrell, thank you so much. Says, are you guys going to Smoky Mountain Terror in Kingston, Tennessee? No, I quit smoking. I won't be around anything like that. Okay, just a bunch of people smoking. It's so bad up there that they literally named a mountain for people smoking. It was that bad. I won't be around it. I can't. No, I'm kidding. We probably won't. If that's a con or something like that, it's we're gonna be at Scarefest in October. So we're not gonna be at anywhere, as far as I know, anywhere else. So unfortunately, not. But there's been a lot of things that's been happening this year and a couple of years before. So maybe in the future, if things work out, we'll be able to go to more places. I mean, we've talked about it going to different cons, but it just depends on how things work out in the future.
That sounds fun, though. It does.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountain Fear Factor. Dude, Katie was telling me something outside. I didn't know about this.
What?
Did you know that Mormons have a thing called soaking? Have you heard about this?
Nope.
It's wild. So like, the whole like you can't have sex before you're married thing exists, right?
Yeah.
But what they'll do is they can put their wiener inside,
yeah,
and that's okay. But they're just not allowed to move. So they'll go as far as having friends come over, and they'll put their wiener in, and then they'll have their friends shake the bed to create the movement, so that they can have sex without feeling bad.
So they can put their wiener into their woman's vagina.
Yeah, but they can't move because then that's sex. But then their friends will come in and shake the bed, and they're like, "Oh God!"
I wonder how that conversation gets up in the morning. It's like, "Honey, I'm thinking about, can I soak in your pussy tonight?" And I was like, "I'd like to squeegee your vagina if you don't mind."
That's
like,
crazy.
What if you like? Well, you know how like when you get hard, guys know what we're talking about. Like when you get hard, you kind of flex your dick, and it goes.
Like, yeah, like if you put a towel on it, you can move the towel.
Yeah, like and when they get in there, I mean, what if they're just flexing? Like they're just like, and what if they come? They're allowed to come in there?
Yeah, but I wonder what it would take to like get you to do that.
I mean, not these guys. This guy, like, they literally invented something called soaking in a pussy. They're so desperate for it. Like it probably wouldn't take much.
Waterlogged.
It probably wouldn't take much. Literally inserting it into the glory of the cave would probably be enough to like let their juices run full. I mean, I guarantee you, like 2 seconds.
Turned on now. I'm just gonna try it tonight. I'm just gonna put it in. I'm not gonna move. See if we can make it happen.
Like, what if you did that? They're like, that's actually the best sex I've ever had from you. Like, oh, thanks.
But could you imagine?
Less is more.
Could you imagine if I was like, Jay, come in here? He's like, you know what's up? I can't move. You got to shake the bed for me. And then you look, and then we caught each other's eyes while you were shaking the bed. I was like, oh, dude, I think we're gay.
You know what? Yeah, it's like our hands touch. Guess what? You are gay. Your hands touch. Here's the thing. What was it? That sounds like a plot line of one of those movies. What was the one where they're like laughing and shit when people die? You know what I mean? Like they're like ah ha 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 ha, and they're crying. You know, it was the director of what's the movie where the bitch got her head knocked off from the pole?
Hereditary.
The one after that.
Midsommar.
Yeah, it sounds like a Midsommar shit. It sounds like that.
Yeah.
Like what you're describing sounds like something that those people would do.
That's wild, man. Like, come on, you know what you're doing. I dated a girl once who was like, oh, okay. She was a lot younger than I was at the time. It wasn't weird. It was still completely legal or whatever. Like, but she was a lot younger. But she was like, I'm not doing that because I'm, religious or whatever. And I was like, okay. But then she came over. She was doing wild shit, and then she was like, well, I gotta tell you. She was like, so I can't do that, but I did let my last boyfriend put it in my butt. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, that doesn't count. Like, how does that not count? Like, you let him put it in your butt, that's sex. She's like, not really. So if you wanted to, I'm like, well, now. But that doesn't, like, that doesn't. How is that not sex?
Thundercock into my chocolate factory, please.
It's crazy.
Yeah, put some icing on it. I literally, dude, I feel like I'm having birthing pains. I have to go pee really bad.
This is just perfect timing. Dad, Mike, there to make a sequel to The First Omen. What would you want it to be about? So it's interesting how The First Omen ended. Possible spoiler alert, but like the way that they set that up, right? I thought for sure that when she was holding that baby, she was just going to kill it. Like she got control of the baby and then she was going to kill her own baby to end the whole thing. But she didn't, and then they escaped with it and all that crazy stuff. And then the dude shows up, right? And he's like, they found you. They're coming for you. And setting up a sequel. So I don't know, I don't know if they should ever do a sequel. But obviously the sequel's going to be about the crazy church people coming after the kid. That's a really loaded question. To be honest with you, Dan, I would really have to watch the movie again. I would really have to watch the movie again to give a solid answer for that for sure. But I think there is a chance for a good sequel in there. I'm sorry for that poor question. I'm trying to have a lot of apple juices and I'm trying to remember exactly how that ended to give a perfect thing. But I think there's a possibility they could do something. That movie does rule, by the way. You guys should watch The First Omen. Shit's fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy. You would not believe it. You would not believe it. Go get me a juice box. I watched that today with my kid, kicking and screaming. Not great. Not a great Will Ferrell movie, but it's still pretty funny. Mike Ditka's pretty funny in that movie as well. Where are we? In the chat. Oh, Jay got the last one there, so we're good. So, all right. So when Jay gets back, we're going to watch Alien Romulus together. But yeah, dude, I love The First Omen. I thought it was great. I thought you guys are funny. Shut up. You guys are making me laugh. Hey, come. Look at my dog. Look at this scar-faced fucking... I told you guys my dog got in a fight. She's all fucked up. Look at her poor little Mel Gibson man without a face. She's still got her stitches. Now you look like a real mean street pit bull, don't you? Don't you, you piece of shit. Yeah, poor baby. It's awful. It's awful what happened to you. And now you're going to rip my headphones out. So you got to go. You got to get out of here. What? Oh, God. No. Okay. All right. Go. You're ripping my headphones. You're fucking my headphones. Stop it. Get out of here. Go. It was a great party. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, showing up to an emergency vet's office with a pit bull covered in blood. They don't immediately trust you off the bat in that situation. They give you some dirty looks. I'll say that. I was like, just because I'm wearing my Mike Vick jersey right now doesn't mean that these two things coordinate together. I wasn't really, but yeah, shit's wild. Don't get too dangerous dogs. If I could recommend that, get 2 like fucking weenie dogs or something. It's expensive otherwise. It's terrible. That's a long road, like they say in Rambo. Like they say in Rambo. I do think I may get a review up for the Watchers, by the way, before I leave on vacation. We'll see what happens. I want to see Bad Boys 4, but I honestly think I'm going to end up waiting for streaming for that one. Like, are you guys going to go see Bad Boys 4? Like, is that like I love it. The trailer looked corny as shit, for sure, but it also was corny in that weird 90s way, just like Eminem's new song Houdini. It's like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh man, that's weirdly corny. But now I fucking love it because I was like, oh shit, this reminds me of like Eminem's second album. How did you guys feel about Eminem's new single Houdini? Now I'm in love with it. I can't stop listening to it, but it's just not what I expected at first, you know? But that's the exact correlation to Bad Boys 4. That's what that movie felt like for me. I was like, this is corny. And also, like, watching Will Smith pretend to be a badass is a little harder than it used to be. Mike Lowry. But also, I really like the third one because you know the character he's playing, so you can kind of get over him being sort of corny the way Will Smith is corny anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I'm with you, Courtney. Like, I think it's probably worth the money. And it's a nice blast from the past. I don't know if it's gonna do well though. Like the way movies are doing right now, I don't know if Bad Boys 4 is gonna do that well. It's a real mix to tell. I want more Martin Lawrence, dude. I just love that Martin Lawrence is in there. I missed him so bad. I kind of hate for him that they're like making it a big fat joke with him with like the hot dogs and shit, but that was funny. The way that they did that, it was funny, but I also kind of hate it for him that they're just making him like a fat joke thing. So I don't know. I'm torn, but I do love the Bad Boys movies, man. And I hate that they killed off the fucking lieutenant. The main dude, Joe, the dude who got in a fight with Tony Soprano in season 4. That was probably my favorite episode of The Sopranos when he got in a fight with Ralphie. That shit was wild. The fight that they had. But I can't believe they killed him off. That shit sucked. They brought his ass back like Randy in Scream 3, you know, with a videotape.
No, I came back upstairs. There was no videotape involved.
I'm so thirsty.
You know what? It was fun. Have you ever had those things where you thought you had to poop, and like you feel the rumbling and the sensations, and you feel like like how like the goddamn thing in Agrabah, the big lion head come out of the desert. That's what you feel like going on in your stomach. And you sit down really quick on the toilet. Well, that's just happened. So I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna shit. So sit down, and I was waiting. No, a big fucking bellowing fart came out.
Oh
like,
no!
It sounded like a giant.
But it was just loud.
Yeah, it's like a giant doing a Ricola commercial. And then all of a sudden it was just quiet. I was like, I'm waiting on the explosion to happen, and then I just hear your pee go tinkle, 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 tinkle. Like it's just really like start peeing, and that's it. Nothing happened. It's like that fart was like a boulder, and then it got moved, and then all of a sudden you start peeing like really hard. And I was like, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, so this is what it feels like to be a girl. Just pee. and you catch yourself when you stand up, you throw a little tissue into the toilet.
Dude, I forget to pee. I forget to pee sitting down. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I have to pee, and maybe you have a hard on and it's like hard. I forget to pee sitting down. I'm like, man, I should have peed sitting down. I actually like when I think about it, I'm like, I should have peed sitting down. That would have been really comfortable for me.
Fucking Steve Carell was right. In the 40-year-old version, that's what he does, but it shoots into his face. Yeah, but that's true. Yeah, dude. Like I don't know when you get a boner or like whatever after you've had sex and the boner's still kind of there. Like your piss comes like a beam splitter. Like it goes into two different. And you're trying to wrangle this dick that's just out of control. It's like a fire hydrant thing, like a fireman thing.
I'm up against. I got like one foot against the wall. I'm shoving it down to the other angle. I'm doing like karate chops. Like, and no matter what, you're getting.
Anyway, yeah, but it's like the beam splitter shit. But anyway, I just felt like weird. Like when you sit down, you feel emasculated after you like sit down. And you're like, oh,
yeah. And sorry, I didn't mean to do a spoiler alert for the lieutenant or whatever dying in Bad Boys 4, but it is in the trailer. Like he's like, if you're watching this now, I'm probably dead, and they're like, we gotta avenge him. So that was in the trailer. So I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anyone, but it wasn't in the trailer. So all right. Speaking of trailers, let's watch the trailer for Alien Romulus.
God,
Jay's first
finally.
It's about time.
Somebody timestamp that shit because you know somebody in the goddamn comments go like timestamp.
It's about time to get you on me. I don't know what that meant. 9 hours ago, Alien Romulus trailer. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Wait till you see the sights I have to show to you. Let's watch it together. And definitely get demonetized for watching it. Here we go.
As long as it'll shut the stream down, it's fine.
Well, let me see. Present, share screen. Yes. I show it to you. You
Yeah,
show it to me.
did we watch that ghost video that DMCA'd us on Patreon and they took the stream down? Was it on Patreon?
No, that was just a regular one.
Oh,
and they fucked us on that.
They didn't give a fuck on that one, dude. That was like goddamn like Sopranos type of shit.
Do not react to ghost music videos.
No.
Okay, here we go. Alien Romulus sucking fucking on touch.
Oh,
Yes, the Death Star.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
Look at that shit, dude.
wow.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
Looking good.
Butthole door.
Butthole's tensing up. Oh! I lost.
What's happening?
Something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in
No,
the water?
there's just something in the fucking water.
Oh, the fucking water. Oh, my lordy lord. Take that dick.
Fucking thing's hunting us.
Open the door, come on.
Run. Okay.
Haha, it's true. They can't hear you scream.
Yeah, you can't hear it. You can't hear it because you're in space.
Oh, what the hell? They guy went blind? Oh.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I like it lot. Oh my god.
Rock. Strong as he could be, like a rock.
Good stuff, guys. We like that. Good stuff, Fetty Alvarez. Even though you're named after a cheese, there was nothing cheesy about that fucking trailer, Fetty. And we like that. That's exactly that's exactly what the franchise needed. An adrenaline shot to the goddamn growing right in the penis hole to make it feel good. What? That's weird, but that's fine. The steroid shot worked. That's what the franchise needs. The alien that we all expected from Ridley Scott. We didn't get it, but the guy named after cheese is going to deliver us a good goddamn alien movie for the first time in a long time. Thank you, Fetty.
Yeah, dude. Like, when you look at what he did with Evil Dead 2013, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no we get so fucked over as fans constantly. Friday the 13th, everything going Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever. But like, they do it so wrong. Blumhouse gets this and that. Dude, Fetty Alvarez getting an alien movie is just the goddamn universe is mixing together and giving us what we fucking want. Like, that is perfection. It's going to be so good.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, why are you not an atheist, Jay? Because there's no such thing. Because of films like this and Fetty Alvarez. That shows that there's an intelligent design, because it couldn't just happen like that randomly. But no, it really does look good. I will say, and again, I'm definitely going to watch it. It's not ruined anything for me, but I will say a lot of stuff shown in that trailer, and there's a lot of stuff that people can easily, I mean, I don't know how much you're going to glean, what kind of info you're going to glean about it, but they did show a lot of action shots, which I'm not a huge fan of that. I always feel like a movie like Alien, you got to keep those, like when the guy was like, there's something in the fucking water. Like, they should have kept that, like, maybe secret. Especially that scene when the thing comes in and the little alien has its little dick that goes into his mouth. They should have kept that, like, that reveal away, because that's intense as shit. Yeah, I mean, it kind of turned me on. I don't know what that's about. I gotta figure that out.
Little alien wiener.
I know. I don't know why it turned me on. Maybe it's Pride Month. Maybe it's the sim. I don't know what it is. But either way, that I feel like it should have been like that should have been kept for the movie itself while you're in the theater. And again, I know they have to hype it up. And to be fair, dude, the teaser trailer they showed not long ago was a great, like, that all they had. That's really all they had to show for me, and I was happy. It looked great.
That's true. And obviously they're going to do more trailers there, but yeah, like, just watch this little second, you guys. This is so nasty. The way this face hugger goes, take my hot dog. Watch this.
Fucking water.
Oh God, dude, it went in his nose a little bit.
That's
Like it touched his nose.
Yeah, that's like some guy getting a blowjob and like just being a little bit too aggressive. Like, bitch, suck it. But yeah, yeah, but it like again, all the actors again, we don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I guess he's is he like channeling his Undertaker? Is he going to summon the Dark One in the urn?
That's the biggest question I have is this shot right here. Like, what's happening?
I think he's going blind. It looks like he's blind. It looks like he went blind.
But dude, I mean, and then you have this awesome, like, you know, they could have given us generic CGI bullshit looking stuff, but the epicness of this shot, dude, of this, like this, just right here, right after that shot, just, dude, that's so fucking cool. My favorite shot, actually, of the entire trailer, though, is honestly Kaylee Splaney shooting the thing on the other side of the grate, the way she is right here, because it reminds me kind of the Alien arcade game that they have with the guns and shit. But that looks so. He said. Right there. Fede said that this is a mix. The movie's vibe is a mix of Alien and Aliens, which is exactly
what that's 100. You got to meet in between because some people will say Aliens is superior and or Alien is superior. I was just explaining to them while you were peeing. I feel like they're so different movies. Like obviously they're the same franchise and Aliens is a sequel, so it does follow along, but they're so radically different from one another. Like I feel like it's hard to even compare the two. Because Alien 1 is truly a horror movie. Aliens is more like an action sci-fi film. Well, it's awesome. But I'm saying like they're two totally different films. But if you want to get fans on your side, exactly, Fede Alvarez is right. Having a mix between the two is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, and if he does that, like, so if the first half of the movie is a slow burn horror buildup, and then they give us some horrific shit and some nasty body horror stuff, and then the second half is stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like, showing that like that's the absolute perfect mix, man. And someone said, who was it that just said, by the way, Kevin said he thinks he's an android to do with the eyes. That makes sense. But also who just said that right there? I want to make sure I give you your flowers there. Love being artistry. Thank you, buddy. He said Fede said that it was inspired by Alien Isolation, the game, which is true. He said that this movie was inspired by the Isolation game. Which
Alien,
is genius.
I watched again. I had started playing that game and then I wound up doing something else and I didn't finish it. So I watched Maximilian dude play it on YouTube and I watched his whole playthrough and that game is actually terrifying if you sit down and you like, even if you're watching another person playing it. So I can totally see the atmosphere, the way the atmosphere in that game was, why he would have picked that, even though, and it was weird. That was the game featuring Ellen Ripley's daughter. I can't remember her name, but anyway, yeah. So totally makes sense. I understand that too. And Alien Isolation 100% lends itself to this movie. I get it. So
yeah,
good catch.
I only played a couple levels of it because I got frustrated with it because I was like, I don't want to fix the fucking conductor thing. Just let me walk around and get jump scared by an alien. But I'm not a gamer, so. But I did find that game to be frightening as shit, and really Dead Space, right? Like, so if you could take the idea of Dead Space, which is like the scariest space video game of all time, probably, and then you can mix that with Alien and Aliens. I think this movie is going to be. I think that you're going to have Deadpool and Wolverine as the #1 movie of the year. And I don't know what this is going to do box office wise. I actually am scared that this movie is going to fail at the box office unless the word of mouth is so great it changes things. But as far as quality goes, I think that the #2 movies of the year are going to be Deadpool, Wolverine, and they're going to be Alien, Romulus. Like I'm that confident in saying that about this movie.
I don't think Alien's going to fail at all. I think the name alone will get asses in the seat. They want to see it. So. I mean, Alien Covenant did bad, but it is what it is, and I understand. But I feel like
it's the box office right now at all. So
well, that's true. But I think Alien will be fine. I think big movies like that will be fine. It's just the other movies that are just having like Indiana Jones was. Everybody could see the trailer look like trash.
That one deserved it.
Yeah, but this actually looks good. It looks like it's being faithful to the source material. Fede Alvarez has made a name for himself with Evil Dead, with what he did with that movie and Don't Breathe. So people are going to be confident with that director going in. And it's got the blessing of Ridley Scott on top of it. So it's got a lot of things going for it, which probably will make it not a bomb. And hopefully it won't be. And I hope that Fede Alvarez comes back and does a sequel to it if it does well enough. But it looks incredible. I just feel like they showed a little bit too much, just a little bit. I feel like the reveal, like maybe even if that's the guy's an android, I wouldn't even have shown that. I would have kept a lot of shit secret in that movie. I would have shown just enough to get people piqued on their interest level, but the scare scene of the water, that would have been terrifying in of itself. Just seeing that little wiener coming out your mouth.
Yeah,
like, it'd be like being fucking face raped by a midget at a wrestling show.
Expectations are a huge thing when it comes to movies too, and I will say that this one's going to be a little weird because when I go to the theater to see Alien Romulus for the first time and I buy my little ticket and I go in there, I'm going to have real expectations. Like I actually think I'm going to sit down in this movie for an Alien film, which is wild to think about. And I'm actually going to be the same way I was when I went to see like The Fourth Kind after I saw the trailers for that and shit like that. Sinister, Evil Dead, shit like that. The Conjuring, even though that one disappointed me. But like when you sit down with your popcorn to watch the movie for the first time, I think that's all horror fans really want. Like whether you're pleased with the experience afterwards or not, I think all we want from the lead up to a movie and the marketing for a movie is for us to have that movie where we buy our popcorn and we sit down and we're genuinely just a little maybe freaked out. Like I don't know what's coming. Like I'm sitting down and I'm actually anticipating what's coming. Whereas most movies you go and you sit in the theater, you kind of know exactly what to expect. Yeah. This is one of those movies where I'm going to sit down and knowing who's directing it and knowing what I've seen from it, I'm actually going to look at the screen and be a little uneasy. Like this movie might fuck me up. And that's dude, that's all you can ask for as a horror fan. You know,
I don't want that at all. I don't want to be fucked up by
that's all I want.
You're all crazy shit. If you want to be emotionally scarred, get married and live a life like that. Okay. Otherwise, no, I just want to enjoy myself. Thank you very much.
True. Yeah,
no, the only movie that really fucked me up like that was The Ring. That was like to this day is the most scary shit I've ever seen in the theater. But anyway, yeah, well, Evil Dead, speaking of which, by the way, going to see that movie was overhyped. And actually, as a matter of fact, when we saw it in the theaters, we gave it a decent, like a pretty bad score. It wasn't a bad score, but it was a bad
typically
score.
They are overhyped.
But it was years later. I was like, that movie was actually really good. It took a few viewings to see Evil Dead through the lens of what he was actually trying to do. And I was like, I appreciate it. But I was coming into that movie also thinking they had taglined it, the scariest movie in decades. Like people were passing out. All that bullshit wasn't true at all. Either way, I don't think they're going to overhype this. They don't need to. The trailer speaks for itself. It looks great. The Alien name is already established. It's a fucking IP like Pepsi or Coke. People know what they're going to get when they go in to see it. And it's been a long time since people have gone in and seen like an actual horror-driven Alien movie. I don't remember the last. Maybe Prometheus was as close to it as they could have got, and that was really stretching it to even say that. But Alien, it's been at least since the late 70s that they've actually had a truly horrific Alien entry into the franchise. Yeah,
and there was Covenant was the horror version.
I liked it, but people hated it.
Right. But following Prometheus, like Covenant was supposed to be kind of the mea culpa for Prometheus being so heady, which I love Prometheus, but I like Covenant a lot. So there's not Alien 3 sucked. Alien Resurrection sucked.
It's awful.
But really, apart from that, Aliens, Prometheus, Covenant, I love everything else the franchise has put out, whether it's scary or it's heady. Like I've enjoyed everything. So I think this is gonna. And by the way, Ridley Scott. And Ridley Scott's not one to mix words. If Ridley Scott watched this film and he thought it was fucking turd, he would say this movie's fucking turd.
Yeah.
But Fede Alvarez said it himself that he screened it for Ridley, and Ridley came out and he was like, "It's fucking great."
Yeah.
Like he told him it was fucking great. So it's not like the Blumhouse kind of thing. It's a legit, like Ridley Scott loves it. So I think we're in for a classic.
Well, that's what I think. I think that like I said, the Ridley Scott endorsement of it means the world to a lot of people that he's on board with it. And the fact that, again, the trailer, they put together a really good trailer and it looks really interesting. And Fede Alvarez has got a great track record. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to lose money. I think they're going to make money. And I think they're going to try to get Alvarez to come back to do another sequel to it, but he'll be like, no, now I move on to Predator. I don't have time for you.
They did announce, by the way, a new Predator movie directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey. I can't remember the name of it, but
I don't like that at all, John. I don't like
it. But it's not a Prey movie. It's a totally new story. It's going to star Ellie Fanning.
But it only was that Fede Alvarez was going to move on to that. Now he can't.
I would love a Fede Alvarez fucking
That's what I mean. That's why they're trying to get Fede to come back and be like, hey, do a sequel to Alien. He's like, no, I move on to Predator. I
would love so much.
Dude, have you imagined that? Holy shit, dude. Because, I mean, Predator itself is, there's not really a lot of, there's some horror moments in that movie. Yeah. But generally, it's just a pure action. Look at my biceps, awesome Arnold and Carl Weathers. But that could easily be turned into a horror movie. Especially if you made Dutch not like a big masculine hardcore Marine, and he was just like a regular dude, which a lot of people would get mad about that. But I understand. But they could make that a horror movie.
Imagine being trapped in like a 24-story warehouse with a predator.
Yeah,
and you're not a Dutch. Like that would be frightening.
That's what I'm saying. If they remake the Predator movie and they make Dutch not Dutch, whereas like he's not the big muscular dude.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And just a regular guy that's an elite Marine, but he's still a regular guy. And then you drop him in the fucking Amazon. I mean, and you make that shit, you could really turn up that horror element hardcore. But I think a lot of people would get mad about that. I could see a lot of people getting mad about that because they were like, "Why did you cast The Rock, you bitch?"
Oh God, I would hate that. I'd be into that though. Nighttime said Martin Lawrence looks like Big Mama's house now. He's gained some weight. He's gained some weight. But he's a dude, you know, he's a regular dude. He's living his life. He's not trying to be Will Smith. I admire that about Martin Lawrence. That he's not out there trying to be Will Smith and smacking people's head. They're just trying to stay relevant. He's Martin Lawrence. Like, I think that's cool, man.
Well, at least he ain't living in his mama's house. That's good.
Gary, someone mentioned they should do a Bad Boys and Beverly Hills Cop crossover. How did that never happen? Dude, that would actually work. Like, that would really fucking work.
I wonder if Eddie Murphy would be the one that would be like, nah. Because it would be like, here's the thing about Eddie Murphy. He might think it's too gimmicky. And two, he wouldn't want to share the limelight with Will Smith and
yeah, but he played a donkey in a Shrek movie, so he
but he made $1 billion fucking $1,000 off it.
True,
so, but I don't think he wants to ruin his own shit like that. I think that, and I've heard a lot of stuff about Eddie Murphy. Like he's very, very like controlling about projects that he's a part, like that his thing. Like I don't think he would want to share the limelight. Because also you look at Will Smith and Martin Lawrence; they're both comedians.
Well, let me ask you this though: like
Will Smith not really, but
let me ask you this though: if he was willing to do it, would you? If you were the head of a studio and Eddie Murphy was all about it and Will Smith was all about it, would you do it? Would you pull the trigger on that?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what. I mean,
if someone brought you a good script,
if they were like, is it rated R? Like, is it 100% rated R? And they're allowed to do whatever they want.
Bad Boys. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably be happy with doing it, but at the same time, I don't think it would ever. I don't know. I don't know if it would be. It might just come off as gimmicky.
Yeah, you would have to. So, like, if I was the head of the studio, I'd be like, okay, I'm into the idea, but someone better bring me a great fucking script, and on the side, someone better bring me a great marketing plan because to market those two audiences together, and also a blowjob and a lobster.
Taste the poker flavor. That's like the same thing though. It's like, why didn't they ever have Tango and Cash crossover with like Lethal Weapon? You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's. I don't know.
Be wild. Maybe it might be too much. It might be overload. Mike Barton, don't worry about coming fast on me. I've got a record with great timing.
Hell yeah, dude. That's nice.
Good
to know.
for you,
like
buddy.
that's like a baseball stat. I like to know about that thing before.
I got good timing too. I've tried to explain people that before. You know, like in my sexual relationships, I like to come at the same time.
I like how
like that's impossible. I'm like, it's not. You just have to wait until she's ready, and then you can feel free to move out the cabin, and then everything's great. You know, that's the best way to do it if you can pull it off. Not easy.
I do it all the time.
I do it all the time.
I'm all the time. You got a cock in your mouth. Shut up. What are you doing?
Every time.
Anyway,
I can't even do it right now.
Yeah, but Michael, you're right. I'm glad to know about that. That's really good. I'm going to put that in the old memory banks and store it up there. Thank you. I'm
gonna put that in my will. Gary says, hell yeah. Katie versus Maggie. It's the Tilly versus Heigl argument all over again. That had me laughing my fucking ass off. I wish I could remember which stream that was. It was the Bride of Chucky live commentary Jay and I did.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good debate. Yeah, man, like you never know. Like I think I saw somebody in the chat said I think that Katie Holmes is a freak in the sheets. She might be. She looks like all like church choir mouse, and then all of a sudden you find out she's a goddamn Satanist that's just ready to rip your dick off and take it into 3 dimensions and suck it sideways and do the loop-de-loop, the Waterloo with it, and like, what's going on? And then she's like, and then she's done, and she's like, do you want to go get a picnic or something? Like afterwards, and you're like, oh my god,
dude. I went outside. I was talking to Katie about that. I asked her, I was like, which one would you rather bang? You know, Katie Holmes from Batman Begins or Maggie Gyllenhaal from Dark Knight? And she said Katie Holmes, and I gave her my whole spiel too that I gave you guys about Maggie would be way funner in bed, but she did bring up a good point. Katie Holmes you got to watch out for the quiet ones.
It's true. That's what
you got to watch out for the quiet ones.
I don't know who said that in the chat. Somebody was mentioning it. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Anyway, yeah. So it's all about flavor and what you're into. So I like that more like reserved. I don't know. And then that's the big like holy shit. First they're sweet, now they're sour type of situation.
Well, like, yeah. And by the way, if you guys want to check out that argument, it was probably a 45-minute long argument between Jay and I, because we were watching a terrible movie. It's on the channel right now. It's the Bride of Chucky commentary. And we argued about who you would rather sleep with. Would it be Katherine Heigl, or would it be
Jennifer Tilly?
Jennifer Tilly. And everyone knows the answer is Jennifer Tilly. You're insane if you think it's Katherine Heigl, but that was Jay's pick.
You don't get to throw me under the bus before they even watch the video.
I don't understand you as a human.
Let them
That's all I'm
decide.
saying.
No,
I love you, but I don't understand
commentary first.
It's crazy talk from you, Jacob. By the way, by the way, 1 month until Blink in San Francisco. I hope they play some deep cuts off one more time. I'd die happy if they play Terrified, We'll All Go, or Blink Wave. What songs are you hoping to hear live off the new album? I know for a fact, dude, and again, it's going to be August 1st for me. Dude, I'm so fucking jacked, I can't tell you. I would shit my pants if they play Cut You Off. Cut You Off, I think, is one of the most underrated songs in the album, but I know they're going to play it, but Turpentine. Obviously, they're going to play Anthem number 3. Bad News would be great for me. But I'd be with you on Blink Wave 2. I think that would be fun. But yeah, if I had to pick 2 songs that I needed to hear off the album, it'd be Cut Me Off and Turpentine, which I know they're going to do anyway.
I hope they play Suck Me Tinder, Suck Me Twice. That's a really good one.
Suck Me Tinder, Suck Me Sweet. You got pee-pee?
Yeah, I got to go pee, and then I'm going to treat myself to an adult beverage now.
Have one. Go ahead. We'll all go terrified. Murder. Sup, fellas? How's the stream been? Sorry, I lost the ability to read. How's the stream been? Been well. Just wanted to drop by and say, Mike, you left Jay's whipped cream and G-string at my house. Just wanted to lick. Let you know. Oh, okay. So I left it there on purpose because I'm a gentle lover and I'm a giver. When I bring sex toys and sex accoutrement to folks' houses, I like to leave a little bit. I say, you use this with someone else. You take what we did together and you up it for the next person. But it's not all unselfish. When I come back around, I want you to use the new tricks you learned with others on me. And that's how we keep a fresh sex life together, Moda. That's how we keep it fresh. You know, I want you to cook a steak on my belly button, like in Hot Shots Part 2. You know, I think they did that in that movie. I want to shoot a grape out of my asshole into your mouth. My dog's actually judging me for that last statement. And when your dog's judging you, you know, you probably went too fucking far. Just don't judge, you guys. Gary says, I think someone should do a parody, but I don't know if they should do an ass hugger or a face humper. Basically, dude, it is a face humper. Like what you've seen with the Alien franchise. It's a fucking face humper. Like that's what those things are doing. That's what they've been doing since 1972 or whatever the fuck. Like they suck on your face, they stick their dick in there, they come in there, and then you have a fucking baby out of your chest. They come into your fucking throat, and then you shoot a baby out of your chest. Thank God that's not how the world works today. Thank God. We don't know how lucky we have it. I can see you. I can see you right now. I can see everything you're doing. I can even see partially my bald spot withering in the night.
I heard you, you bitch. I can hear you with the headphones. Yeah, I hate these things are so fucking loud, dude. Like my old earbuds broke, so I had to use these.
I was wondering why. I thought you got a new set. I thought you were
I have these like the ones that Jesus used on his old fucking his cassette player. If they finally broke, I've had them for like 1,000 years. But
hey man, these things are like $10 at Walmart. Like
no, I know. That's how much these were. Yeah. I got them at CVS. But,
okay.
By the way, did you guys know that popcorn is older than Jesus? No, did you know that, dude? I didn't believe it. No, it's like 3,100 years fucking old.
I believe it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was, because April was asking me randomly, like, I wonder how they discovered. It's probably by accident. I looked it up. It literally was by accident. They're like, holy shit, it fucking pops. No, but yeah, the guy that actually, but in the 1860s is how it got its name, and they were like acting like that he really came up. It's like, how did they come up with the name popcorn? It's like, well, it's corn and it pops.
Use some cable. It's like, oh,
Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe it. They said the first popcorn machine was like 500 fucking pounds.
Yeah,
it was at like a World Circus thing or whatever, or like a World Fair. World's Fair.
I believe it. That makes sense, you know. But at least
But no,
popcorn,
what
you
do
can believe
you
it.
imagine this? Imagine
What?
this. Jesus Christ was literally people at the crucifixions were eating popcorn. I should have said that. That's really awful what I just said, but I'm just saying.
Blessed
like,
are they who
no,
come to my
like
supper.
Christ was dying up there on the crucifix or whatever, and people were like literally eating popcorn. Like, I wonder how long he's got. I got I got $5 gold shillings.
They didn't have dentists, so that shit got stuck in their teeth, and they were
dude, well, they didn't get stuck in their teeth at all because they didn't have teeth. It just got like
no, that's fair. That's true. Zachary Hogan spent over $300 for the new Home Alone Lego set today. That's called disposable income, my friends.
Holy shit! Yeah,
do I regret it? Hell no. I hope everyone's doing well tonight.
All right, dude.
Also, here are my 3 most anticipated films for the rest of the year. Deadpool 3, excellent. Long Legs, excellent. Terrifier 3, excellent. I don't disagree at all with you, except for I would throw Alien Romulus in there above. After Deadpool 3, it'd be mine would actually be Deadpool 3, Alien Romulus, Long Legs, Terrifier 3. But I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'd probably be Deadpool 3, Romulus, and then Long Legs.
Yeah, them shits look awesome, dude. Excellent fucking choice. John, go Papa.
And okay, and $300, dude, for I don't know what the hell
That's
you get
wild.
on that. Like, what
That's
you guys send pictures to us or something, because what the fuck are you getting for that shit?
Yeah, dude. Email pictures to us. Actually, if you have pictures of them, send them to the email. I'll pull them up because I want to know what the fuck you spent $300 on for some Home Alone Legos.
Harry,
Gonna have Macaulay Culkin come over to my house and sing me karaoke in my living room.
Suck brick, kid.
Jay, we're at 9:54. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ew, gooey. My name is Jay, and I like wieners.
Okay, how do you know? How do you know that, Charles? Okay, 9:54. Okay, nighttime. Thank you so much. Says, you know, the invisible predator is a real creature. Lots of people have reported invisible figures in the woods, and they invade bedrooms at night. They are called Yetuja. Extraterrestrial. Couldn't sleep when found out they existed. Yeah, I don't know. Yetuja. Well, fuck you, nighttime. Why did you have to pass that shit on to me so I can fucking think about it now when I'm trying to go to sleep? Shit, dude. I think I know what you're talking about. Aren't they like Wendigos or like skinwalkers or some shit? Like I've heard like there was something like I watched about that they were aliens that shadow people, weird shit like that. God damn, that's fucking weird, dude. Nighttime. Don't share that shit with everyone else. Now we're all gonna think it. That's scary, dude. For real. Robin Barker also says, thank you. Have a great vacation, guys. It's going to be a tough 2 weeks without my regular wham picks. Don't you worry. We're going to come back with a vengeance. Thunderdome it with you. But there's always you can always go back and watch some, maybe you can watch some older live streams or watch some commentaries or whatnots back in the olden days in the catalogs. But it'll be fine. It'll go by in a jiffy lube. And we're going to miss you guys too for the show. Gary B, thank you so much. The people who pick Katherine Heigl are the ones who imagine there is no way to understand those people. The people who pick Katherine Heigl are the ones who imagine there is no way to, I don't know what that means, dude. I picked her, but that's just because I felt like she was a safe bet. That was my dog's playing with a toy, but yeah, I felt like she was a safe bet. Like Jennifer Tilly looks like she'd be a great fuck for show, but like you're not gonna build a relationship with her. There's no way. Like she's gonna cheat on you like every other fucking person, like in every county in the state. Going through. Florida Dan, so into Maggie, but she's cute and not somehow. That is the most accurate description I've ever heard. Florida Dan. That's exactly how I feel. That's what it is. She's a good she genuinely looks like she'd be a fun time to go to the movies with or something to hang out with. Maybe play some board games with. I don't know. And you look at her like, oh shit, man, she's so cute. And they're like, what the fuck happened? Like the way that the sun would shift or something across the sky and a new light would hit her face. And you're like, what the fuck, this jigsaw face? And then it would shift back and you're like, oh, she's pretty again. That's exactly what it is. I don't know what it is. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. But who am I to judge it? You know what I'm saying? DJ Graham, I wish Arnie had his own trilogy of Predator movies like Sigourney Weaver and her trilogy of Alien. Dutch lives at the end of the first movie and we never see him again. That's true, dude. That does suck, doesn't it? Because yeah, you're absolutely 100%, 1,000 million times correct though, DJ Graham, and I agree with you that Arnold should have had that trilogy, and that would have been an incredible trilogy. Predator 2 with Danny Glover is good. I used to hate it for some reason. I think the reason why it was misplaced hatred, my sir, because I think it was I was mad that Arnold wasn't in it. So when I saw Danny Glover, I'm like, this isn't Arnold. They're in the fucking city. They're running around. This is like Lethal Weapon with a horror vibe to it. I kind of got mad. Of course, I was wrong and I was stupid, man. But, you know, and because it's a great movie on its own. But I think that it would have been so much better if Arnold had done a trilogy. And you know, you're right. And Dutch was alive at the end. Yeah. Yeah, so what happened to the debriefing, all that stuff? It would have been crazy, but I guess it was because there was two ships. I think maybe there's a moment. I don't know if it's true, and I can't remember. But at the beginning of Predator 2, yeah, I think that's true. You see two ships go that they separate, and one of them goes into the jungle, and the other one lands in New York or whatever. So I guess it was. I don't know. I think it was meant to be that way, but you're right, DJ. Lloyd Brockway, thank you so much. Says so in Nightmare 3, Neil and Nancy are fired after using Hypnosil for one, putting Joey in a coma. But at the end of the movie, Kincaid wakes up surrounded by a dead Nancy, Taryn, and Will. How the fuck is he not in jail for life? Who are you talking about? At the end of the movie, Kincaid wakes up and is surrounded by a dead Nancy, Taryn. Oh, you're talking about why isn't Neil in jail? Because my sir, he ran the fuck out of the state. He got that disappearing powers. But you're right. If they were going to go with more of a realistic approach, he would 100% be in jail for life. At least for D-Land says Walker Ranch. Yeah, Walker Ranch. That's what it was. I thank you for reminding me of that horrific thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why is he. I guess it's just what's it called? Plot armor of the movie. Like they're not going to give you that much of a realism to it. Nighttime. Mike read last super chat about the real Predator. Oh, he did. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Jay. I meant the movie Imaginary. Sorry for the typo. It's all right, man. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Grant Van Verhen says first super chat. Oh, thank you. You'll ever shake the wiener to get rid of the leftover piss after peeing? Thanks. 100%, dude. Yeah, and sometimes it dribbles afterwards. It just won't shut off, that goddamn rusty faucet. Yeah, especially it's weird. Like you got to be careful too, because when you're in the public and in the situations and you're in the bathroom and you're at the urinal and you're peeing and you gotta give a little shake there. You gotta be careful that it doesn't get on your pants, because that's happened before, unfortunately to me. You know, you've pulled back and you're like, that was a good piss, and you look down, it's like, oh, you got some dribble bibbles on your panties, and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I'll just like walk briskly around the area a few times so it can dry off. It's happened. It's you got to be careful there. But thank you, man, for the first super chat. We hope to see you more. Okay, and we're back. All right, we're back. We're caught up. Michael Parton says you always have to pee after you come. That is a correct observation, and it is true. It's actually annoying a little bit too. I don't like that. It's like, fuck, dude, come on. We don't need to worry about that. You know, no, I gotta go pee. I was like, fuck. Well, there goes all the romantic parts of it, right? The romanticals are gone. You're like, that was great, baby. You know, that was a really great moment. And then you're like, I gotta go pee though. Anyway, love being artist. Who says, and Sydney I lived on Elm Street. What? White Rabbit says, don't dribble that wiener juice. That's right. Don't dribble that wiener juice, boy. Learn how to control it. Adrian Yabara, thank you so much, says Rambo versus Dutch versus Predator versus Xenomorph, 4 versus 4. Ooh, I like that. Starcade 97. Who comes out on top in this duel to the death? I'm giving the edge to the Xenomorph since it can recruit. And that's true. And it can also, obviously, like, it can get its face huggers to, you know, wiener punch someone in the mouth and have eggs come out of their chest. But you got to give it up. I mean, I like your pick there, Adrian, and it is a solid choice. It's a strong choice. I expect no less from you. But I'm going to have to go with Predator. You got Predator, who's literally a super elite hunter from another planet with all sorts of gears and gadgets, who only doesn't use all of them, to be fair to everyone else. So if he ever decided just to use all of his laser weaponry of badassness, his advanced shit, he could cut down and take apart all of them. It's only like, people are like, well, Dutch fucked him up, and so did what was it? Danny Glover. Yeah, but that was because the Predators didn't use the maximum of their technology that they had on hand to fight Dutch and Danny Glover. They just they wanted to be as fair as possible because they wanted to have a good match. You know what I mean? So they kind of like they nerfed themselves. So I think at full power and they're able to use everything they've got at their disposal. I think Predator runs that shit. But also you can't count out Rambo. Rambo is the human equivalent of a predator as far as a hunter and living off the land and learning how to survive and becoming masked inside nature. You know, and he don't even need like fucking technology to do it. He could just disappear into a fucking tree because he's like that good. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go with Predator. But Xenomorph's a solid choice. Nighttime. Okay, sorry. says, can Mike check my last super chat about the real life Predator? I want to hear his reaction to it. It's freaky stuff. Yeah, when he gets back for sure. I'll know that time. Adrian says a favorite WCW. By the way, thank you, Adrian again. Says favorite WCW mid card Carter jobber. Mine is Psychosis, Jericho, Ming, Billy Kidman, Disco Inferno. Man, he was a good one. Ultimo Dragon, even better. La Parka also felt. I know Raven was very underutilized. Yeah, I agree with all of what you got there, dude. Psychosis was so good too. The mid cards that they had back in the day for WCW, especially with the high flyers, man, that was such a that whole division was underutilized. I mean, those guys were so good. Chris Jericho, Psychosis, as you mentioned, Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio was in that group. Those guys were all good. They were fantastic. They were some of the best in-ring performances of the night in a lot of cases. So I think that my favorite was, I always liked Ultimo Dragon, even though I heard later on that he was kind of a bitch. I heard he was not a good worker as far as like people didn't like working with him. But I would say, and I know it's cheap to say it, but Rey Mysterio was always exciting to watch. He was always exciting to watch. And it was so weird to see those kind of like when those guys left WCW and they went to WWE and how big they became, how massive they became. So it really does show you that they were underutilized. Perry Saturn was also another one that was underutilized. Perry Saturn and you mentioned Raven was underutilized. Perry Saturn was too. So yeah, all those guys were like in a lot of ways. And I know people are going to be like, what the fuck? But it's for real. They were better than the prime time. As far as like wrestling abilities go, they were better than the prime times. Like the Kevin Nashes, the Hulk Hogans, the Scott Halls, all those guys. They just were better.
Oh, Jay.
Yes.
We are in the last 45 minutes.
I know.
Tonight's stream.
Mike, Nighttime wanted you to talk. He wanted the freakiness of, hold on. At 9, no.
Another one.
Yeah, that's it. At 10 o'clock, you had it.
That's not true. Nighttime. That's bullshit, buddy.
What
he said about the invisible predators?
I heard it. No, I was like, I didn't like him sharing that shit with all of us, so we had to live with it now.
I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
I don't think it's real,
like,
man.
If aliens have maybe been checking you out, be like, let me see how that ass works before I probe it. Like,
okay, now if they're aliens,
that's what I'm saying. Like extraterrestrial, they're called Yatuja extraterrestrials.
Oh, now you got me fucked up because that could be true.
Yeah, because like what we would consider paranormal, like humans would consider a ghost. Like people like, oh, shadow people. What if they're fucking aliens that they watch? That they're watching their like cattle, as it were.
That's true. There's a documentary out there. If you guys really want to get scared tonight after the stream, there's a documentary called The Nightmare. And it's about sleep terrors, but it's about all these people who experience, without ever speaking together, experience the same exact demons fucking with them in their sleep. And that shit's scary. But I do think that's aliens, I think that's an alien.
Yeah, it would make sense. By the way, I guess you can answer it too, because I mean, but it's just for anybody. But Adrian was talking about WCW, and that's where something he pretty much named them all. But who was your favorite mid-carder or jobber? His was Psychosis, Jericho, Ming, Billy Kidman, Disco Inferno, Ultimo Dragon, La Parka. Also felt Raven was underutilized. I mean, all those guys were fucking great.
Well, that's a deep thing. Like I'm not deep cut enough about WCW for sure.
Chris Jericho, the Lion Tamer.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say before I read that last part of that, Raven was exactly who I was gonna say. He had I think his move was the DDT. I don't think it was called the DDT.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Yeah,
but I think it was the DDT. And the quote the Raven Nevermore, like his shit was cool. Like I thought that was dope. Like the purple and like shit, like that guy was cool. That's what I would go with.
Yeah, and he looked like he smelled like straight butt crack. But here's the thing about him, though. I think a lot of people loved him in ECW, and then when he came over, because he was like that hardcore shit, and then when he came over to WCW, his shit was tamed up. But I think that there was also a lot of inside politics that people didn't like him. I don't know what it was, but Perry Saturn was also that same group. Remember, they were the outsiders. It was him, Perry, like Saturn, and I think there was Kidman, and they all like would just hang out, like they would sit down, look like kids that didn't like clean their rooms when their parents told them.
we definitely lived through the best wrestling time in history.
I think it was fun. Fuck yeah.
Like, that shit was awesome. Did you get to Adrian's?
No, that was the last one. No,
okay. He said Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was postponed due to Mike having ulcers. Doesn't seem like it is going to happen now. The whole thing scream cash grab.
It was 100%.
Dude, I have zero respect for Jake Paul. Like none. Like the guy he fought one fighter his entire career, one actual fighter. And you know what? He fucking lost, dude.
Well,
he lost that one fight.
I think, listen, I think Jake Paul, I think they're both douchebags. Don't get me wrong, but I think Jake Paul's better than Logan Paul, just a little bit better.
I'd agree with that.
But I think but here's the thing about Jake Paul is, and I don't know what it is. Jake Paul, to be fair, and I give him credit, he has trained, he's worked his ass off to be in the best shape that he can be, and he has put in the effort and the time to be a boxer. But he's not fought like you were mentioning, he's not fought anybody legitimate ever. He's been beating up on retired NBA players, former UFC fighters. He did fight what's his name's a little brother, which fucking he sucks anyway. Everybody knew that. I can't remember his name. What was it? Fury, Ryan Fury or whatever his name was. I know, and he was terrible. It was he was more like an amateur Golden Gloves guy than he wasn't a legitimate boxer. But he also the thing about Jake Paul is he's a headline chaser. He wants to take the shortest route to the top that he can get to. He's called out Alvarez multiple fucking times. Alvarez is at the top. Take that fight. That's exactly what it is. Alvarez knows he's a fucking sideshow freak, meaning that Jake Paul is a circus act. And he's disgracing the sport. He doesn't want anything to do with him. By the way, Alvarez would fucking ruin him.
That's what I'm saying.
2 rounds.
That's the thing. If Alvarez was so smart, Alvarez should take the fight.
No, the reason why he won't, because he doesn't want to pay. He's not going to pay him the money.
Well, yeah, that's true. But everybody would pay to watch that fight because they would know beyond the shadow of a fucking doubt, Alvarez would knock him out in the first fucking round.
Well, here's the thing.
Round guaranteed.
There's no benefit to Alvarez fighting him because if he beats him, who cares? He's a fucking chump from YouTube. It wouldn't do anything to help legitimize Alvarez. And if Alvarez somehow lost, it's even worse. It's bad for sport. It's bad for the sport. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I think that Alvarez looks at him. He's like, you're a pissant. I'm not going to give you the time of day. You've not earned it to be here with me. You need to go and start fighting journeyman. You need to be in the WBC, not these fucking amateur bullshit exhibition fights. And by the way, Dana White himself was even not begging, but talking about Mike Tyson. And he's like, Mike Tyson's a grown man, but he's like, I worry about the safety of Mike. Getting out there and fighting him. And of course, yes, everybody wanted to have the idea that maybe Mike Tyson could snap and he could fucking. But dude, Mike Tyson's not in the greatest health, and he's also an older guy.
They're so smart with what they're doing. They're so smart because none of us would believe. It's dumb because none of us would actually believe that the human public was that dumb to think that that's a fair fight.
No.
But what they did was they took a couple 30-second clips of Mike Tyson going crazy during training, and they're like, oh, this is the Mike Tyson of old. They filmed this man for 30 seconds going as hard as he could. There's a literal clip of Mike Tyson on the Joe Rogan show talking about a clip just like that from a couple of years before this fight was announced. And Mike Tyson was like, because Joe Rogan was like, dude, when I watched that fight, that looks like somebody who could fight. And Mike Tyson said, dude, I was in bed for a week after that 30-second clip. I was in bed for a week. And they're releasing the same kind of clips. We're insane if we thought that was a legit fight.
Mike Tyson wanted to make some money, and I feel bad for the guy because, of course, he does. He wants to make a couple of dollars, but I feel like I kind of feel bad for him too because he's ruining. It doesn't matter. I was like, he's a legacy fighter. I hate to see a legacy fighter doing shit like this for like a sideshow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, listen to also the rules. I just had to double check because I remembered them, but I wanted to make sure. There were going to be 8 2-minute rounds, right? 2 minutes, 8 rounds, and they were going to use 16-ounce fucking gloves, not even 8-ounce gloves. So Jake Paul was a bitch that was he was like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. You fucking made that contract and you stipulated that it had to be 16-ounce gloves and 8 rounds, 2 minutes. Because you're scared to get, even an older Mike Tyson, you're scared to get your face caved in. I don't blame you, but that shows you that you have no desire to be an actual boxer. None.
Yeah. No, none. Absolutely none. It's a fucking sham. And I hope for Tyson's sake he doesn't do it, dude. I really do. Adrian! Eminem's new single is just the tip of the iceberg. He's about to piss off all of cancel culture and beyond. I do hope he stays away from the Drake-Kendrick beef. I agree with you. I do hope he stays away from that as well because that thing's a close and shut case. Kendrick won. Drake just pulled off the Heart Park 6 off of fucking Spotify. Kendrick won. He cleaned that motherfucker. And I love Eminem's new single, dude. It's so, dude, when you listen to it, you really literally get transported back to the 90s, and it's so fucking good. But it's crazy because he releases this song, and the entire song's about if the old me stepped through a portal and saw what the world is today. He was like, I'd call everything gay. And he's like, but I mean happy, as a joke. But the whole joke is that cancel culture and everybody's so soft and all this shit like that. And what did the world do? Twitter went, you made fun of Megan Thee Stallion. How dare you make fun of a woman? And everybody's like, dude, do you know who this guy is? You guys forgot who Eminem was, where he came from. That's what he does.
Eminem, Eminem was he was one of the first ones that they were. Like when it was in its infancy, cancel culture was trying to go after.
This guy raps about raping his own mother. You think he gives a fuck?
Yeah, he's not even from the South. Like 99, 2000 when his first album came out, they were like the radio, like they were trying to get him off the radio. They were trying to get him edited out. They were trying to get him not invited to certain shows. But at the end of the day, I don't know, like this, him staying away from Drake and Kendrick. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to take it on because it's like it's in the news, it's everywhere.
So he has features on with both of them, so I think he's semi-friendly with both of them. So I don't think he will. I really don't think. I think he'll stay away. But he would.
I don't know, he said that thing about P Diddy. He's like, it's the day that P Diddy puts out the thing that he got Pac killed.
But dude, he's always been after P Diddy. The line back in the day when P Diddy was dating Jennifer Lopez, he was like, "Sorry, Puff, but I don't give a fuck. If this chick was my own mother, I'd still fuck with no rubber and come inside her and have a son and a new brother at the same time and just say that it ain't mine. What's my name?" Like that was a lyric in an Eminem song. And Puff Daddy never said shit because he knows.
Well, Puff Daddy, it was Puff Daddy. I mean, that's like he was like making like fucking bubblegum rap for other people. Like he's never like dude, it's the same thing with Ja Rule. So it's not like
he ended Ja Rule's fucking career, dude.
Yeah, but dude, I think everyone knew Ja Rule was soft boy. Like he was a soft boy. No one bought into him. Like when that whole thing was happening, like I was like, these guys, like they're essentially like the Backstreet Boys of rap. Nobody took them seriously. Ja Rule, Puff Daddy, Mace, none of those guys. But anyway, I think that Eminem is gonna
looking at me.
I think he's gonna wind up
standing there.
I think he's gonna wind up. I think Drake and Kendrick are too big of a news story for him not to mention it. And I don't think he gives a fuck about being friends with them or helping them out. I don't even think he's friends with them. I think they were business associates that he worked with.
Yeah, no, it's Eminem's always hated P Diddy, man. Always. JT Customs. Number 1, Ghostbusters Day is on June 8th. Mm-hmm. Number 2, Damien's birthday is on June 6th, 6 a.m. 1971. Number 3, thoughts on Ralph Ineson playing Galactus in Fantastic Four.
Ralph Ineson. Why does that name sound familiar?
He was in The First Omen. Irish, I believe he's an Irish actor. He's a good actor, though. I think he's going to do a good job.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Galactus is great to be in. I mean, I don't think that you can really have a Fantastic Four movie without putting Galactus in it. And I think the sooner the better. Right now, and I think I heard somewhere that they're going to bypass the origin story of Fantastic Four. Thank fuck, because like who cares at this point? I think they said they're gonna kind of do it the way Spider-Man: Homecoming did it. You know what I mean? Like they briefly went over the origin. Because everyone knows how Spider-Man got his fucking powers. We all know how Superman got his powers. We all know how Batman got his powers. Like they bypass this shit just to get to the beat of the movie, which is a smart idea. Fantastic Four has been ruined multiple times with different takes that are awful. So if they just get to the juicy part where Fantastic Four is already an established family of superheroes that live in New York, and then you have Galactus, and then that leaves up a lot of the movie for Galactus to come in and be known. He should be the next baddie of the MCU. If the MCU wants to save themselves, they've got to hit a home run with Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and they need to introduce Galactus as the main baddie. And then you've got some good shit going on.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. And also, as far as Ghostbusters Days goes, I think it's too soon from the previous movie. I don't think we're going to get anything on Ghostbusters on June 8th, unless it's like a Lego set or something. Like you're probably not going to get much on that. But love you, JT. You're the man, dude. Jason Blackcott, thoughts on the new film and that Ty West X trilogy, Maxine? That cast is stacked. Yeah, dude. Kevin, fucking Bacon, everybody. It looks like West is making a Giallo film. Soundtrack looks fire too. Yeah, dude. I saw the soundtrack list. It looks awesome. I'm psyched.
Well, yeah, I just caught up to the other two before. So it looks good. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of what was the one before this one? X, or that was the first one? I can't remember.
There was X, and then there was Pearl.
I wasn't a huge fan of Pearl. I thought it was all right. I didn't think it sucked or anything. I just didn't want a huge fan of it. But it looks cool. Like, I'm glad they're doing a third one. I guess this will be the finale. I imagine this will be the last one they do.
I think it is. I think it's supposed to be for sure. Yeah, I'm pumped about it too, dude. And I think it's cool to see a slasher that's an original trilogy that's doing its own thing. I don't necessarily love Mia Goth the way that some love Mia Goth. I think there's a lot of questionables there. I think that was kind of like a lot of people put the cart before the horse with Mia Goth. I don't really understand. So many people are like, "Oh, Jenna Ortega's overrated." Like, Jenna Ortega's just Jenna Ortega. It's not her fault that she's got this huge thing. Sort of the same with Mia Goth, but also with Mia Goth, it's like I think she's getting a lot of credit that she was amazing in Pearl. Like she put together an Oscar performance, in my opinion, in Pearl. Like I
didn't really get that there was a big obsession with her until after I saw those movies. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like Mia Goth is like she's kind of cute or whatever, but I was like, she looks like she'd be working at Save-A-Lot bagging groceries or something, and then she'd be like, "I'm into freaky shit. I got a coven."
I think it's a little
And you're like,
overrated.
"What?"
Going on. Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, I got a coven." It's like, "Hey, I met this really cute girl that works at Save-A-Lot, but she's got she's a part of a coven of witches." It's like, "Oh,
yeah," but she keeps putting like hot candle wax on my nuts. Matt, hey, sup, sluts? First time, long time. Mike, how do you think the Ice Nine Kills Scream song was? Jay, I love the way you say for show.
for sure."
For show. You know, I'm gonna be careful about how I word this. I think that Ice Nine Kills is super fucking talented. And I actually literally before the stream, a band I used to listen to that I like a lot called Mest just put out a new song called something like I Hate You When You're Sober or something like that. But Spencer was in that song and he was great in that song. Like he fit into the pop punk world perfectly. He's been on Bayside songs that I love. I think Spencer is like fucking ridiculously like Jared Leto fucking levels of talented crazy. All I'll say is I'm far more interested in their original work that he does outside of Ice Nine Kills because I appreciate what they do when they do songs about horror movies. But I also kind of would love to see that band do an album of original songs about their own lives that they wrote from their own experiences that didn't tie into horror and shit like that. Because I think they're talented enough to do their own thing without. It's not a gimmick. It's really cool what they've done. I'm not disrespecting it at all. I'm a lyric guy, so I like songs that really connect with people. So when they write songs that are specifically about movies, I think it's cool, but it's never something that I really get into. So that's kind of where I am with it.
First off, Ice Nine Kills is not going to make it in my book until they do a collab with the super group been known as Nickelback. Other than that, I don't want to hear about it.
It's funny because the Day to Remember released a new song that was really good, and everybody's accusing them of being the new Nickelback. And I'm like, that's crazy, man. That new song was really good.
Listen, people can talk shit on Nickelback all they want. I still enjoy some of their fucking music. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. Like, listen, there are certain times of the day when you're in the car and the windows are rolled up and no one's around, a song will come on from Nickelback. You're going to be nodding your fucking head and be like, yeah, boy. And then when someone pulls up, you'll turn it down. But don't lie.
Yeah. It's fucking wild. Jared Blevins! And also Spencer's like one of the handsomest dudes that's ever existed. Jared Blevins said, been a minute since I caught a stream on the Loomis tapes. Jay giggles and says, I wonder if she's got it in my thigh. Yeah. Gets me. Love you guys. Love you too, Jeremy. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey man, how you doing, dude? Nice to see you once more. I that line was always great. Well, it was really cool. We got to talk to Alan McElroy, the Halloween 4 writer. He was on the show, and I actually got to talk to say that line. It was from the Spawn movie, which Uncle was ammo. It was one of the funniest like throwaway lines ever, and it was like, I don't know. I love that line. I don't know what it was, and it sucks too because that movie wasn't that good. But Michael Jai White was the perfect Spawn, and John Leguizamo was a fucking badass violator, aka clown.
Dude, he was so good as Violator in that movie.
That's another one. We talk about comedians that we follow who gets boring, and he's another. I don't think Leguizamo's ever had a boring stand-up.
No, dude,
I'm really good.
I really love his stand-up. It's underrated as fuck. And also, the Nickelback's first 2 albums were fucking bangers. Nobody wants to give them credit for that. But their first 2 albums were fucking great. Long Road even had some good songs.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Gary, I've created a timestamp for Mike and Jay's argument in the Bride of Chucky commentary. If anyone has not seen it, I recommend you watch it. Yeah, that actually got me in trouble at home with the wife. I got
defense, like you were like really defending her,
dude. I got so into my Jennifer Tilly is so fucking hot and Bride of Chucky argument. Like I was so like crazy about that my wife actually watched that and was like, "What the fuck, bro?" She wasn't serious about it, but it was like, "Damn, I didn't know you liked it." Like
Jennifer Tilly was hot, but in Bride of Chucky, but I don't know what it do. Have you guys ever seen the movie Bound with her and that one chick from
No.
God damn.
Katherine Heigl's never been attracted to me, man.
It wasn't Katherine Heigl. She was in that movie with the bitch from fuck, what's her name? Bound was she's like there's like a steamy like lesbian scene in it. She gets it on with the girl from
Katherine Heigl?
No, not Katherine. No, it's
talking about Jennifer Tilly?
Jennifer Tilly, yeah, she gets it on with another girl.
Well, you're agreeing with me then. Jennifer Tilly's the short.
In that movie, she's the hottest, but not in the Bride of Chucky movie.
You're crazy.
I know. I
like you, but you're crazy.
No, yeah, like she just looks like a kind of girl that you're having sex with. It's like I know I'm getting something right now, but it's having a good time right now too.
Florida Dan, Mike. Some time ago, when my name was Danger Zone, you didn't like my fan casting of Ben Kingsley as Dr. Loomis. How do you feel about James McAvoy instead? I love you, Florida Dan. I love you. And I want to hug you and I want to hold you softly and sweetly into the night. But I also hate James McAvoy as Loomis. I'm going to tell you that right now. James McAvoy, he already did Professor X. Professor X, too close to Loomis. too intermingled, in my opinion. James McAvoy could probably sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves, but I don't love the casting as him as Loomis.
It's Ethan Hawke. I'm like, guys, come on, it's Ethan Hawke.
And I succeed to Jay that he's given the best. Jay, in my opinion, has given the best fan casting to Loomis that there will ever be, even above mine, which include like some crazy shit. I think that Jay's right. Ethan Hawke is the best.
Yeah, but the way he was in Sinister, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Yeah, or Tape, if anybody's
either way. But Ethan Hawke himself just has that reserve. Ben Kingsley would be fun. Ben Kingsley's too old though. Like if you're talking about a young Ben Kingsley, but
I don't hate it, but it's too on the spot. You know?
Well, and there's also like if I could have anybody, like an age wouldn't be it wouldn't be a factor. Anthony Hopkins would be my favorite Loomis.
Mm-hmm. One thing we're gonna do before we go tonight, because we promised we would. I haven't seen this yet. I don't believe Jay's seen it yet. They made a new fucking Venom movie. Even though the last one sucked cheap.
They did? What?
Yeah, there's a new Venom movie out, and there's a new trailer out for it, and we're going to watch it.
I got to pee, though. I have to pee one more time.
Go pee!
Yeah,
you fucking fuck. You go pee and see if I give a shit. Want to get your feedback. I'll let you know. Liam Neeson as Loomis. That would be funny. Can you tell me all these chicks really for kids? That was the worst Liam Neeson accent fucking of all time ever, and I apologize to everyone for that. I really do. I'm sorry. I do love Creed, Gary. I love Creed because I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. I love Creed. I do. They got a bad, got a bad rap too, man. Gary Oldman as Loomis maybe 15 years ago. I don't see Gary Oldman as Loomis now either. I think it would be an unknown or like I really do love Ethan Hawke for sure. Javier Bardem. You like that face? I just get Javier Bardem. From Dune 2. The way he's like Hassan Al-Ghib. Javier Bardem, I think, would be a great Loomis for sure. That or, yeah. Hold me now. All right, you ready to watch this shit? Jay, I said, are you ready to watch this shit?
Jimmy Charlie, how about Jimmy Charlie?
Oh, my pet cocky.
Did you kill? Why? I don't know. Why?
Look at Quacker.
You don't even look like Chinese. You look like Mo from Fist Stooges. I find your ass.
Don't ever see it. Venom 3 trailer. Venom The Last Dance trailer. Here we go.
Eddie, my home has found us.
Eddie, I want to fuck.
Berserker.
Do you want to suck my cock?
That I have a really dark and unpredictable side to me.
Stop speaking.
I'm giving you a chance, sweetie.
Oh.
Say when.
When?
Whoa. He's got Crocs on. They did it better in Roadhouse.
That's when that energy drink hits in the morning.
What are you? We are.
We're Venom!
We are. No. Yeah, we are. Venom. We're gonna need to work on that.
Delicious! You take me to all the finest places.
I don't know.
That's me when I take Jay to Chipotle for the first time.
I know, I haven't been.
We always knew it was impossible.
Oh my God! Why they had to remake that song?
You take me to all the most delicious food.
And it's our job to make sure that remains a secret.
Let's go get him.
The chick from Ted Lasso.
Oh, it's okay. It's just a remix of the song.
On the run, in the shit.
Be under the tree, my friend.
You mean it? No. You mean it?
This is chess.
Hello.
There has to be a reason they're after us.
Eddie, my own, has found us.
Tom Cruise?
Jesus Christ!
God damn, you know it's bad when he
There's
says
an
that.
coming that cannot be beaten. As long as there lives everyone.
Was that Donnie Wahlberg?
That's what he looked like.
We may not make it out of this alive, buddy.
Eddie, the time has come.
Be honest with me. How fast do you think you can get that thing to go without killing it?
Only one way to find out.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, that's cool.
Holy fuck, dude. There you go. Yeah.
Look, like I was fully prepared to dump all over that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just the maker's mark.
Yeah.
That might be a fucking epic. Dude.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a fun movie. Here's the thing, it's got a lot of like there's a lot of Transformer-esque type of feels to it. Like they found me, Eddie. I understand. Like it's kind of like corny of that, and it sucks too because Venom is such a great character. I like Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. I just feel like the movie's never really found traction anywhere. Like it couldn't get the tone down what it wanted to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm going to take it as it is, and for what they're presenting, it's a popcorn type movie. That's all it is. It's not going to tie to any other fucking comic book property. It's just going to be its own contained thing. You go in, you pay your fucking $15 for your ticket, and you have a good time, and you go home. That's it, and I'll be fine with that.
Yeah,
and then they'll remake it at some point later on, and maybe they'll do actual real justice to the character. But
there's no doubt, no matter what they do, I feel like this trilogy has not paid essence to what Venom as a character could be. So I think it was a failure of that. But they've walked this strange fucking line, dude, where they've made it this sort of comedy, like. So sometimes it's funny, like it's shitty CGI and the story's not great and it's kind of empty, but also sometimes it's really funny.
Yeah.
So it's like watching that show with Shane Gillis I was talking about, Tires, that I like. The show's terrible, but like also it made me belly laugh a few times. It's literally the perfect example of Venom as a series. And again, this may be the maker's mark talking, but there was something about the soundtrack and that version of the thing and all the stuff going on and them just admitting this is the last dance, this is the last version they're going to do.
Yeah.
It made me feel like this movie, there's a squeaky little chance that this movie could really fucking be awesome.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't think it's going to be anything groundbreaking or earth shattering. It's going to be what you come to expect from this type of film that they've made the last two installments. Like I said, and I think that Tom Hardy was a good Eddie Brock, and I like what they were. But again, this series never found its footing. They didn't know if it wanted to be a horror movie, if it wanted to be a comedy movie, if it wanted to be something in between. It was all over the place in tone. It really was.
I told you I had maker's mark. All right. I know.
And then Woody Harrelson, and I mean, they really missed the mark in the second. Oh my God, it could have been incredible. And how do you fuck up Carnage? Either way. I think you're right though. I think this is the last hurrah. They're like, we're not going to make any more of these films again. And we're just going to remake this character. So we'll just go all out and have fun with it. Who gives a fuck? And that's what they're doing. And I'll take it for it is. Now at the end of the day, I will say Venom is such a missed opportunity because I would, if I ever got a chance to work on a Venom movie, the first thing I would tell anybody is like, yes, he is a superhero, but it would be a dark, horrific, like a horror type of movie. Like, I mean, there would be like moments of superheroism in it, but it would be mainly focused on the horror aspect of it. And I feel like they missed the mark on that. I think they could have done something with it, but you're right. Whoever said that about Sony fucking things up, that's what Sony does. Like Sony fumbles this shit all the time. I don't understand. They have access to some of the best villains out there in the Spider-Man's rogues gallery, and they continuously PP all over it. So I don't get that. It's just Hollywood thinking Hollywood knows better than everybody else. But at the end of the day, just to pop in some popcorn and watch it and have a good time with it. I think that's what it's going to be. But it definitely did. Dude, this fucking smelled and stank of Michael Bay Transformers all
Watch this.
over it. Dude, you're gonna fucking pop your tooth that one day. I swear to God, if you keep doing that. But no, but at the end of the day, it's a popcorn movie. And again, I'm not like I go in and watch this movie not expecting shit. I don't even care. But the cool thing is, it'll be the first time to watch a superhero movie where it doesn't tie into another superhero movie. It's a self-contained movie.
Oh, that's true. Like if it's the end of it, there's something about the finality to it, and I think that even though neither of those movies were great to me, I
like
feel
the first one. Okay.
Yeah, like neither of them were great though. Like neither of them are movies that you would be like, that's one, but like, but like, you know, I did enjoy the comedy of them.
Yeah. Like
really, the thing that holds up about those two movies is always Venom's dark side. Be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me, Tom? And like that's a really funny gag. And like, but like when you put it into an hour and 45 minutes of terrible CGI Sony boringness, how much can it really last? And also you've got Tom Hardy with his like funny jokes and shit like that from time to time. I'm
kind of over the Eddie Brock character like that, like where he's like, I'm just baby. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's the thing. The Eddie Brock in the comic books he wasn't really pussified. Like, yes, he was kind of a weasel journalist, but he's also jacked to the tits. Like he wasn't a small dude in the comic books at all. I mean, they kind of made him weaselly I guess people just got on the Topher Grace thing, which was the worst fucking decision I've ever seen in my life.
I was thinking Eminem too, like Venom, Tremolay new Venom.
Yeah, people like that. I thought people liked that song. Yeah, I
like that song.
Yeah, but yeah, at the end of the day, like again, you enjoy it for what it is. It's the last time you're ever going to see Tom Hardy as Venom, and to be fair, the guy whoever does the voice for Venom is very good.
That's true. Roger Jackson-esque. You know?
Yeah, I think with this almost legless thing rolling the street. Like a turd in the wind.
like a turd.
Like a turd in the wind. Yeah, dude. But at the end of the day, I hope that they remake it and they cast a younger, more grittier Eddie Brock, and we finally get a true version of the movie.
Tom Hardy does the voice. The chat says I didn't realize that.
Oh, great! Yeah, he
Tom Hardy.
Very good. Yeah, he did very good. Yeah.
Good on him, man. It's weird because like Tom Hardy at one point, and Jay and I have joked about this for like ages. Like I'm like everybody, like you can say like who should play Michael Jordan? Everyone's like Tom Hardy, dude. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I'm like
white chocolate.
Chill the fuck out. Like come on with the Tom Hardy casting and everything. To me, Tom Hardy's pretty overrated as an actor. Like, he is.
I think he's great, dude.
His voice is always fucking. Oh, you in the fucking cup. You know, like it's never. His voice has always fucked me up. But like, I don't know. There's something about that trailer and the alcohol inside of me that says that could be really surprisingly fun.
That's what it is. Movie. That it's an alcohol infused movie. It's like if you're drunk and watching it, it's going to be the greatest movie you've ever seen.
You might be right.
Here's the other thing, by the way. Tom Hardy was great in Lawless. That was a great fucking movie, dude. That was awesome. When he was like the older brother.
He was good, but like, and also somebody Nighttime mentioned Tom Hardy as Bane. He was Bane, but again, it comes back to the voice. It's like, you're merely molded by it. I like to eat shit in my pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, Bane started talking like that when it was June 1st.
Oh, so you tell me that it is Pride Month. I should care about the gays suddenly because it's Pride Month on June the 1st. Yes. Oh, the fire rises.
Here's the thing. Tom Hardy, there was rumors about, remember there was rumors of him going to be James Bond.
Right.
Which didn't happen.
Terrible.
Well, no, I mean, he had the body like Daniel Craig, but
Tell me, Money Pinu, can you feel my dick inside of your soft pussy? Yes. Tell me.
Money Pinu. No, anyway, yeah, but at the end of the day, it looks like a fun movie.
It does look like a fun movie, Jay. Like a fun video game shit movie, but like we could maybe have a good time with it.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to say like I don't want people to be like, God damn, guys, like seriously, you guys are really falling off if you think that's a good fucking movie. Okay, we're not Grace Randolph over here. We're just saying like it looks like a decent film. Like just for like if you're drunk.
Yeah.
We're not just praising it because it comes from a fucking superhero genre.
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah, and I think it's just it's Sony fucking sucks at making superhero movies, man. Can we just admit that at this point?
I know they do. Yeah, well,
fucking sucks.
Let's be fair. Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire were great. They did a great fucking job with that. It was amazing. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is still like held up as one of the best superhero movies of all time. So they started out strong. But Spider-Man 3 sucked. The Amazing Spider-Man with what's his name? Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield was the best
Great
Spider-Man.
casting, not great movies.
Badass Spider-Man, too hot to be Peter Parker. Way too hot. But that's and Amazing Spider-Man 2, awful with Jamie Foxx and Electro. Awful. Yeah. Then the only movies that were really successful, I mean, after beyond the Maguire ones, was Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man whatever the last one was called. But they were backed by Marvel. Marvel made them, not Sony.
Right.
So,
but honestly, tell me, and I see the chat talking about this now with the Revenant and shit like that. Tell me one Tom Hardy movie, one where Tom Hardy was the singular major star of the movie, the major pool, Die Hard, John McClane style, like whatever. Like, tell me one movie where Tom Hardy was the star of the movie and it was fucking awesome.
Warrior.
He wasn't the star of the movie in that.
Well, I mean, he was a
duo. Shared time with Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, but I feel like his story was more interesting.
His story was, but was he like name one movie where he was a star actor where he really carried it?
Well, if you're gonna put, I mean, because in Lawless, he was the star.
Bronson doesn't count because Bronson was like independent as fuck. Like he was great in Bronson, but it was like this weird, crazy character, like story. Like
Fury Road was not. I mean, listen, he played Mad Max, but that was not a Mad Max. I mean, it was kind of a Mad Max story, but it wasn't.
Yeah, like so Fury Road doesn't really count because like that was really Charlotte.
So they called it Mad Max Fury Road, but it's. I mean, I always felt like
it was
Mad
mostly.
Max. It was Charlize Theron.
Legend doesn't count. You couldn't understand a fucking thing the guy was saying in Legend. Oh my god, yeah.
Mike just
like fucking what?
Mike hates Tom Hardy. No,
I don't hate Tom Hardy. I just think he's overrated as fuck.
Well, people say fair. JT Kessler, he was in a movie where he played twins. I remember that. I didn't watch that movie.
Capone sucks shit, Mike.
What was that movie?
That movie fucking was ass. He was good at it, but the movie sucked.
Okay, This Means War. He played twins in that, like Double Impact with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I didn't watch that movie though.
Legend, yeah. No.
This Means
War. Can't understand him.
I think it's called This Means War.
That one. I don't know that one, but like, yeah. No, I think he just meant This Means War. I think Will Arnwine likes Tom Hardy so much. I get you like Tom Hardy, but like the guy can't fucking use dialect.
Like, listen,
I think speak in a way that makes him a viable leading man.
I feel like the best movies that he ever did was Warrior and Lawless. And you're right, he does sound like he's got like gum in his mouth, like he's chewing a lot of sticks of bazooka. But at the end of the day, I still like him. I think he's a great. Pretty. I think he's got a very. I think he's got no. He's not even pretty. I think he's got a very intimidating look about him, and I feel like he does take. I think he eats scenery up. I think he's really good.
He can't do the dialect.
I think he's got. I think he's good. I just think that people like wanted him in doing a lot of things. But by the way, Lee the Machine says my friend posted up on his page a truck with butts plumbing with Beavis and Butthead laughing in the background. Yeah, dude, that's a good one.
But yeah. Oh, I clicked the wrong fucking side. My bad. Also, Boot Scooper says the pin is blue. The goddamn pin is blue.
$9.99 at a yard sale. But no, it's funny because I think if you'd asked me a few years ago before they wrote the script, I would have said Tom Hardy actually does make sense as Eddie Brock if they had done it justice, which they didn't. They went more in the comedy realm. On paper, Tom Hardy is a good Eddie Brock. If he had been as jacked as he was as Bane, and they cast him as Eddie Brock, and it was a darker movie.
It's so fucking weird. Like it never connects to it. Like he can't play a straight character enough to connect with the audience. There's not a single role where he is just a straight up character that connects with the audience in a fucking movie. Like it just doesn't happen.
I don't know. I feel
like they cast him and they go, oh fuck, we just paid a shit ton for this guy. We got to figure out how to make this movie around him.
The brother Johnny says he stole the show in Revenant.
Everybody keeps saying The Drop. The Drop was not a great fucking movie. That was not a singular great performance. It was James Gandolfini was really the pool of that movie.
Listen, like, I think Tom Hardy is a solid actor. I've always liked him. I think he's a great actor. I think that
they're hiding something about that man.
Well, I don't think that. No, they're not. I just don't think he should be cast in everything. But I do like him a lot. I would be fine with Tom Hardy being in. Like I'm fine with him being the lead role in a lot of movies. But and if I see Tom, I think Tom Hardy is a good actor too. It's not just the fact that he's a muscular dude. I think he's a good actor. And he has a lot of roles where he plays different. He plays on the range. He has range. I mean, he played like he's played the soft character before. Like in that Twins movie, one of them's homosexual, which is crazy. I didn't think he'd ever do that.
I go back to the same thing. There's not a single movie in his entire filmography that's a hit where he is the star, and he actually has speaking lines.
Warrior
that
and
aren't fucking weird.
Warrior
doesn't count.
And
Warrior
Lawless.
doesn't count. That's not what I'm talking. Warrior, and Lawless doesn't count either. That's an ensemble piece, and he was playing.
They're all, but
that
that could be any movie. It's that's ensemble piece.
But I'm talking about a single movie where he is the star. Tom Hardy is the star of the fucking movie. Bruce Wayne, John McClane, fucking whatever, where he is the star and he carries the movie, and it's been a financial hit.
Okay, yeah, it's called Tom Hardy, My Life.
Nothing. I'm telling you guys, no one listens to me about this. Tom Hardy, there was a huge defect in Tom Hardy that no one listens to me about.
They keep on saying, Bronson, you're gonna be fucking you're gonna get attacked.
Again, not a I'm talking about a hit fucking movie. A hit fucking movie where he is the lead and he solely is the star of the film. Where he has speaking lines.
You can't say that Tom Hardy's not a good actor. He is a good actor.
I'm not saying he's not a good actor. I'm saying he's overrated as fuck.
I don't think he's overrated or underrated. I think he's normal.
He has to be some kind of weird fucking kitschy character. There's never a movie where he can just play a straight up character in an emotional role that you can follow.
You want him to have kids
and believe
talk about his divorce?
No, I'm talking about any fucking thing. Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, all of the fucking greats have at least one movie he just where they're the star of the show. He's not a star, dude. He's a great character actor. That's it. With a weird fucking voice.
I don't know, man. I think he's a good actor.
Y'all are crazy.
Like,
you're crazy.
You're
they
not
have covered for this man for years.
That's not gonna work for me, brother.
they have Hollywood has gone out of its way to cover for this man.
Adrian
he is
says,
not a leading man.
That's true.
He's not.
This is true. And this is a good point. Adrian Ybarra says The Dark Knight Rises, he carries the film bar none. He carries the film.
By doing fucking what?
He has lines.
Oh,
he talks.
The Knight Rises. You have meant me for so long. I come to you long time, Jim. He's not a fucking leading man in that movie. He's a bad guy with a fucking sock in his mouth.
Florida's like, Mike's moving the goalposts.
You're crazy. Y'all are crazy. You're all crazy.
I don't know. I think he's good. I liked him. But anyway, it is. You shut the fuck up.
Shut your mouth.
God, go back to Alien 3. Who was that directed by again? Oh, yeah.
Why would you go there?
Overrated.
Why would you go there?
Overrated.
Piranha. James Cameron directed Piranha.
James Cameron's the greatest director of all time.
Mike Hayes says, I love y'all. I'm having a hard time. Can Loomis cheer me on? Can Loomis cheer on me for dating online? I'm listening to all the podcasts and going backwards because I'm a psycho. You're not a psycho. You just love good content, which is what we bring every ninth day of the week.
Listen, you're doing a good thing. You're going online and you're looking at her stats. You're like, how much do you make, bitch? Do you have ex-boyfriends? I don't know. Let me see. What do you like? I'm not gonna waste time on somebody to get to know them. I want to read your stats like a baseball card on the screen. Okay, she likes long walks. Okay, she likes this kind of restaurant. That's too expensive. Swipe left. I don't like you. Okay, what do you like? Okay, I think a good romantic time for me is going out to McDonald's and getting an ice cream cone. Okay, that's a keeper right there because that's a cheap date and I like it. So it's fine, Matt Hayes. You're being safe about it. Good for you.
I'm both equally laughing at you and your Loomis, and also the chat just roasting me like a motherfucker, like which I deserve. But like, it's crazy.
Why'd you say
I'm not crazy. You're all crazy. Fuck all of you. All right, I'm going to show you my dick at the end of the stream, and then you'll all run away crying.
That's like Tom Hardy. It's overrated.
Where are you going, motherfucker? Oh, I'm Tom Hardy. I make weird voices in the microphone. I like to play Etch-a-Sketch with my cock. I like to draw a cock with the Etch-a-Sketch, and then I play. I'm Tom Hardy. Yes, it rises. It does. My dick when I look at children.
Tom Hardy.
That was weird. I'm sorry.
Your Tom Hardy sounds like the fucking guy that says berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who likes berries and cream.
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Yes, it rises.
Nighttime says Jay trying to leave early.
Daniel Craig as Loomis. How do you feel about that? From Juice the Barber.
No.
I could see it. I could actually see that. I really could.
I mean, that's such a huge, like, Daniel Craig's such a massive actor. There's no way.
What's the line from the fucking dude? It's like if Tom Hardy was Eminem and the dude was like, I can't Chinese. He acts black but identifies as Chinese. That was kind of backwards.
What?
Oh, I
Mark of makers have left their mark.
Oh, I can't Siamese. Michael Parton says, I really hated the way they dumbed down Carnage in the last
Yeah,
movie.
I didn't like that either.
That's
And
true.
yeah, like again, you had Woody Harrelson, which when I first heard about that, when I heard about Woody Harrelson because like he was gonna be Carnage, I was like, well, he's a little old, but then I was thinking of maybe they're gonna make him like natural born killers, like completely psycho. Cletus Cassidy is essentially the Joker of the Marvel universe, and actually a little bit crazier in a lot of ways than the Joker. So I felt like they were gonna that's what they were gonna go with, but then I realized, oh yeah, by the way, it's Sony. They're the butt crack stain on Hollywood. There's no way they'll know how to do that because they don't like comic books. What's that? Spider-Man's not a comic book hero. We just came up with him. That's how they feel. They don't go to the source material at all. So yeah, they extremely well. Here's the thing: if you're gonna do a Carnage movie, all you got to do is do a maximum. Remember the comic book series Maximum Carnage, which also was a dope ass Super Nintendo game. The cartridge was red. You guys remember that shit? Oh my god, some good times, good memories. But yeah, that's what you got to do. I don't know how long Tom Holland's going to stay around as Spider-Man, but at some point, if they're going to be smart about it, what I would do is I would set up a Maximum Carnage situation for a Spider-Man story, kind of like how he's going to be an overarching villain and then create a series of Spider-Man movies around that. That would be so fucking dope because you could introduce Shriek, Doppelganger, Carrion, and Deathlock. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I think that they really ruined Carnage. Woody Harrelson was the wrong casting for that to begin with, and Carnage is such a huge character. He should have had his own fucking movie. But Sony is a cheap bunch of fucking whore bitches who just will squeeze the tit of anything they can get their hands on and be like, God damn it, I need some fucking money out of this titty, and I got one. And that's what they do. That's Sony. Leave the machine. God damn, that's kind of you. He says, Lewis and Chalice, y'all both report to my office tomorrow for a good old spanking.
I'll tell you this, Lee. Just because you have a name that sounds like someone from a male strip joint, I will not be participating in your BDSM games, even though it is June, the rainbow month for some. I will not be participating in it for any spanking whatsoever. The only spanking I'm going to be doing is watching you in court get a spanking from the jury when I sue you for sexual harassment.
Yes. Take him down. Take him down, big
It's
man.
done.
Show him that we're men and we're doctors of a science.
I am
you
a
a
doctor.
psychologist.
Yes.
Me a doctor.
Of shit.
A real doctor. I was driving my truck last night on I-75. I-75. And I picked up Jamie Lee Curtis and she said, you look weird. And I said, yeah, I'm weird.
Richard Ramirez calls. He wants his voice back.
And then
I would stop talking.
You're
only going to incriminate yourself further.
I'm going to come to your office tomorrow.
Oh my God! They're like Mike's like acting like Billy Gillespie from Kentucky basketball.
I'm going to take you to a Chili's, and we're going to have the $9.99 burger, and then you're going to you're going to get a little sauced up, and then you're going to be like, this guy's kind of nice, and you're going to invite me over. And then I'm gonna come over your house. I'm gonna sleep on your couch,
dude. You know you want me.
And then I'm gonna crawl into your sleep number bed. I'm gonna crawl into your sleep number bed, which your level's at 7.5. Your wife is on 6 and 4, and I'm gonna crawl into your bed and I'm gonna sleep with your wife. And then you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and you're gonna watch it happen. But then don't be scared because I'm gonna invite you in.
I think your camera.
I'm gonna invite. My camera did die, Jay, and then I'm gonna invite you in.
Just like the.
And we're gonna sleep together.
Oh
in your wife's bed while your wife watches me sleep with her and you as one.
Dude, this is like
together.
This is like you're starting to sound like Ric Flair at the bar. The more you go, you sound like Ric Flair at the fucking bar, dude.
I'm gonna change my. You
know who I am? I'm fucking Ric fucking Flair, bitch. You disrespected me. Oh yeah, that was fun. Oh yeah, wow. That was fun. I like to see it. And we've all been, woo! Dude, if that's what that bartender should have done, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go and look up Ric Flair gets drunk at a bar, he gets thrown out at a pizza joint. Ric Flair literally says, I put this pizza joint over. He says, I put this pizza joint over. And he's like, I didn't say you have to leave. I just said I'm cutting you off. The bartender should have been like, woo! It was all bad. Tomo Gato says, we're all a little toasty. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Nighttime says, Loomis, because we fancy like Applebee's. Yeah, Applebee's is a good place to go. You can get some 25-cent wings at midnight.
I changed my fucking battery and now it's still not fucking working. All right.
Now you can, like, it's fine. You're just you're like Hal from
it's not
what's Hal 9000 from what's that space movie in the
I need you guys to fucking see me and you can't see me. This is bullshit. Brent Avery says Legend is a good Hardy movie with him as the star. You're a liar and you should shut up. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Legend Bacon says, why is Mike acting like a prosecuting attorney? And what about Hardy as the Picard clone villain in Star Trek Nemesis? Mike dropped JK LOL. I was like, yeah. I was gonna say, Jason Bacon, I was like, this is not the flex that you thought it was when you said that.
You don't understand me, and I don't understand you, but we're men alone together at an Arby's. It's fine. Leave the machine.
Thank you, dude.
My friend.
No, we already read that.
Shut up. No, you didn't. Did you really? Did you read that?
Yeah, we read that one.
You dirty fucking whore. Mike, did you read this one too?
Nope.
We'll read it now while I fix my battery.
How about you just shut the fuck up?
Fucking do it. Do it. Wow.
No, I ain't do it. Michael Parton, thank you so much. Says there was a hot scene with Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf where they wrestled nude in mud. In Lawless? But they were brothers, weren't they? I mean, down here in Kentucky, I guess it don't matter. But, I mean, I thought they were brothers. But, yeah, I know they wrestled. They wrestling. Gary says Mike is doing and saying all sorts of crazy shit tonight. Yeah. You like that sauce. You got to be careful with that sauce. Daniel Torres says, Bacardi, do it. Wait a minute. Yeah, Jason Bacon. Dude, I'm glad that you brought up Nemesis. Star Trek Nemesis, by the way. If you don't know, it was the Next Generation. It was the last film of Star Trek Next Generation. Tom Hardy was in it. It's so crazy.
It's not going to happen for me, Jay.
What?
My camera won't come back on. It quit.
That's okay.
It quit. It gave up on life. I'm a robot now. I'm yours, Steve, to suck the dick of the Wonder Twins.
Did you? Oh my God! Did you read this one? Holy shit, DJ! Thank you so much. At 10:56. Holy fuck,
God
dude!
Damn, DJ!
Thank you, man. Holy fuck, dude!
The ghost of my grave really appreciates this shit.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the soundless ghost voice is Mike saying he appreciates it. He says, "Have you ever accidentally watched a movie around the same holiday that the movie happens to be taking place around? For example, the very first time I saw Donnie Darko was in mid-October without knowing the movie takes place in October leading up to Halloween. A happy accident, I'd say. Again, dude, thank you so fucking much. Holy shit, dude. Wow. As far as like having accidentally watched a film around the seasonal time it takes place. I remember when I was a kid, one of the first times I watched Pet Sematary. I don't know if that movie takes place in the fall, but I feel like it does. The original Pet Sematary. I feel like I watched that movie and it was like around late September, early October, maybe mid-September. So like I remember watching that movie for the first time and it being that season. And it was like it made it even more memorable to me. And I love Pet Sematary, the original Pet Sematary, mind you. The new one was fine, but the original one, there was just something about that movie that never really got recaptured in the remake. But watching that movie for the first time, and what are you doing? Yeah, it happened though. But that did happen. That was the movie that I watched, and it was accidentally fall. You know what you sound like, dude? You sound like a stepdad that's like making fun of somebody at the dinner table when they're just trying to tell everybody about their day. and you're like so egotistical and you're so about yourself, you're just laughing at them.
Nothing to do with you. I swear. I just
No, I know, but I'm just thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at your story. I got really tickled because I couldn't see myself, but I could hear myself, and it made me laugh. I love you.
Anyway,
Look
thank
in
you,
my
DJ.
eyes. No, don't you dare do that.
I have a good one.
You
See you
look
guys.
me in
Bye.
my robot eyes, and you tell me you love me too.
No, I won't
Don't
do it.
you fucking dare.
Mike,
Don't you
Mike
dare.
sounds like Shao Kahn and MK.
I love you. Look at me in the eyes and tell me you love me
Tomo
too.
Ogato says, "Guess Mike needs a
From the
physical
grave.
reaffirm." What do you mean? Like he's gonna get a loan on what? What do you mean? A loan on what?
DJ, I didn't mean to poo-poo your question. I did not mean to. Hey, where are you going, you motherfucker? Just because you can't see me doesn't mean I'm not here. I'm haunting you like a dirty dick in the dust.
Oh,
There
a
you
loan
are.
for a new
You're back
camera.
now.
Oh,
Back
yeah. Well,
now.
that makes sense. He says a loan for a new camera. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, probably some batteries. Maybe
But you can finance that shit for 24 fucking months, dude. Don't like.
I know Affirm is great. It's wonderful. I've probably used all of the Affirm I can use. Listen to me though. I don't remember a specific holiday that I watched a horror movie on, but I do remember the first time I watched Donnie Darko, and I borrowed it off a fat guy in college. And I watched it in my dorm room where I thought I was going to go and party constantly and get laid a lot, and it was going to be awesome, but it wasn't like that once I got there. So then I borrowed a movie off someone, and I watched it while my roommate was getting laid in his bunk below me. And I watched Donnie Darko, and it changed my life. I was like, that's the coolest fucking movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I said to myself as my roommate had sex with his shitty fucking girlfriend.
As my wiener exploded from jacking off to my roommate having sex with a girl.
Yeah, but then they were the dicks because then this really hot girl showed up and she wanted to have sex with me, and they got really jealous and they started throwing ice cubes on top of the second bunk. But that's a different story. He was so jealous because she was really fucking hot. Like I had no business with this girl, but then he started throwing ice cubes with his girlfriend because they were jealous because she was so hot. But that's a different story, Jay. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about how DJ Graham was really fucking sweet to us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, DJ.
Yeah, thank you, DJ, man.
I'm sorry you can't see me, but I love you and I want to sleep with your dad.
Lee the Machine says, we're going to take over the wrestling industry and claim our glory. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know what that means, but we'll do it.
That's what
we'll
we're
do it, dude.
Do.
And then Wild Willie says, my top 3 Loomis choice: Colin Farrell, Timothy Oliphant. That's a good one. Kevin Bacon, if Jay can't get Ethan Hawke. I agree with Mike Mavs and 6.
I'm still in the he said ghost in the machine. I'm the ghost in the machine. Timothy Oliphant would be a good Loomis. But Nighttime said Loomis because we fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Yeah, and then Lee also says, I already read that one with Nighttime. So like, Mike,
my bad.
Mike, quit playing with your dinghy.
I was changing my camera hole with my finger in my butt.
Yeah, Lee's like, Mike, quit playing with your dinghy. That I guess that's from Tommy Boy. It's like, yeah. Because it should be great if we could get some wind around here, Dad.
Oh, that's what you were ahead of me. I apologize.
Yeah,
I'm behind. I was trying to catch up. Yeah, Jesus Christ, I'm so far behind. I am inside of all of your computers, and I can see all the dirty porn you've been watching, you sick fucks.
Michael Parton says, Mike, you better be nude.
I am. I'm going to be naked really soon.
It's like he's got the peanut butter on his wiener calling for his dogs. He's ready to go.
I couldn't wait to go. Legit, like this hasn't happened in a long time. But when my camera battery dies before I switch it, which is why I get so paranoid to switch it before it changes, sometimes when I put the new battery in, the camera won't come back to life. And that's what happened here tonight. And it's very apropos for the situation.
I'm glad it happened to you and not to me, because it's always me that technology problems happen to. So
yeah, it just happened to Jay in the last hour of the Patreon live stream the other night. So listen, my point is this. I love you, specifically Jay. I've had you in my mouth on multiple occasions.
I feel like we're on behind the music without the music right now.
I've tasted all of your cum, the way that you just tasted that beer, and I can see you, and I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes that you've had me too.
Oh wow!
And
getting real deep in here.
I just want everyone to look me in the eyes, look at the camera, look deep into the camera, and admit that your cum tastes like garlic. It does.
That's
it tastes
why I'm
like
wearing
garlic.
a green shirt. Well, I had to make sure you weren't a vampire. I ate a bunch of garlic. I ate a bunch of garlic. So
Why would we end any other way than this? Jay, they can't see me, so I need you to mouth this for me. Why would we end any other way than this before we take a soft, your juicy round melons? I want to squeeze them. Why would we end this season of this shitty, fucking terrible TV show where we jack off and think about men, specifically Ryan Gosling? I love you, Ryan. I beg you to come back to my heart and my soul where I can squeeze your butt cheeks and go.
Okay, it's gone on too long.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Fucking
Bye, guys.
dick.
See you guys.
Woo!